facts that shape our view. BX has got the facts for you. BX the storyteller, bringing the spark, no one does it better. BX, you've heard the rest, but she's the best, yeah, she's the best. From ancient tales to modern schemes, unraveling truths and chasing dreams. With every
Good morning, Rich Rising. I see Belt and I see Easy Does It. How are you? Let me turn this down some. I've been trying to improve my Gemini skills. I'm not very good with graphics. Even with the AI, I think they just know I'm like kind of old. Oh, you're at work? I understand. And so they give me age-appropriate prompts. I don't know. Leo be having some really good prompts. I like the way he does his. But, yeah. So I do have a Black History Spotlight. A foundational Black American lady. Elizabeth Jennings Graham. Now, I believe somebody mentioned her. So lately, I've been hearing this narrative, right? You know, New York is not worth saving. It's going. I think that's kind of detrimental to the host. Good morning, love Onika. I said to the host. To the reparationists. Good morning, Ginger, who are doing the work, right? However, I'm starting to feel frustrated too. Gotta tell you. It's just like, kick the melting pot over and just see where the chips fall as long as they're going, right? All the immigrants harm foundational Black Americans. Either through neglect or locking us, locking us out of industry is an extreme form of neglect, I guess we could argue, right? But the way it's set up here in New York, I'm so frustrated, like I don't care right now. When they say burn, Hollywood burn, that's how I'm feeling about New York. I may get over it, but it's a lot. They're very embarrassing. The New York tellers, very embarrassing. Sometimes you can get them to kind of calm down and listen, but nobody views it our way. No outside ethnic. It's always going to be a but. It's always going to be like, I get it. Good morning, Black American House. And then, when they get to talking, you realize they didn't even comprehend what you were saying. So, the American House says, hey, chat. And then when you break it down to the area, like I was on a panel one night, this man came up there and he's saying he's from Brooklyn and where he at. And I got on the panel and said, whoa, let's stop lying here. Where you from? He said, Coney Island. I said, okay, what's your ethnic group, right? And I'm paraphrasing some. He said Sicilian. And no, I gave him the truth that New York is very segregated. Like the Italians have their own area, the Irish, the Soil Hats, Black Americans, anybody get dumped in our area, right? But the fact that he was in Brooklyn, thank you for the likes, guys. Thank you for the gifts. I was like, dang, I don't know too much about Coney Island except actually going there for the amusement park, theme park that they have out there. But when I read it, and then I did say, I don't know, maybe they dumped the Sicilians in Italian areas because I never really met somebody who said they were Sicilian before, you know? Come to find out, yeah, they did kind of put them, thank you, Mr. Easter, welcome to my platform, put them in with Italians. However, Black Americans face racial violence from them. So they always talk about how New York is so much unity and this and that and the third. But when you break down the area where they used to live and basically ask Google, was there any tension there? You always find there was some type of tension there, right? Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm okay. I figured I'd come live early, then I'm gonna take a nap. I've been catching up on old projects, trying to create this prompt. And this wasn't my mindset. So I went to Gemini. I've been trying to use Gemini, and I typed in, National Black History Month, and oh, I uploaded an image. No, I didn't upload the image. Well, I typed in something, right? And this
Mhm.
came up, and I was like, oh, let me do this. Because a lot of people be like, well, Black American. If you ever went to this panel, one day I jumped on there. I didn't even read the panel. And it was like, welcome to Tetherville. And I was like,
Oh
dang.
Lord,
But
that could
he's
be
he's very
Florida.
cool. Huh?
That could be Florida. It might not be New York. Cause
No,
this.
it was New York. He had New York on the prompt.
Oh,
Look.
okay.
So anyway, he's very cool. But what happened was, well, I find him cool. Other people that gotta, debate him probably be like, I don't like that man. He's just very raw and blunt. But he was, coming off a panel with, how you call it, a New York cousin. And you know how you go to your own page and then you do your own topics. But he's not the only one that does that. I believe Lord Misbehavior did that. And so they really, we could tussle a little bit. But I decided to sit there and just tell the truth of everything, right? So back to the icon, right? Well, back to me creating this. So this came up with a whole different like banner and stuff. So I added like the people, the Black American people, of course, and I added the blood, and the pew pew. And I was like, we're gonna destroy this narrative. So I'm gonna do that through history and it being built or founded off of immigrants. So that's it. And it's going to be a recurring theme. It may not be all the time because I do like my other prompts if I could get it to act right. So this is National Black History Month 2026 segment, Destroying the Narrative of Tetherville. So Floridians are welcome to join me if they want to do the same thing. And I got my spotlight up there. But is there anything that you would like to talk about? Oh, there goes my unofficial mentor. He just be grandstanding on everybody's platform and he just glides through mine. He don't even come up no more. Okay? I'm going to find out where he hiding. You know I am. Is there anything that you want to talk about before I speak on Miss Elizabeth Jennings Graham?
When you were bringing up the segregation of New York, I did. I guess after going to New York this last time, I really saw the segregation that you were talking about because it was, and then I would say it's even more segregated than specifically where I'm from in Georgia, where they have them segregated amongst each European
Okay,
immigrant
Simon. I
background, and
trust you.
then
Go ahead.
they'll have them segregated in like they'll have Little Italy, they have Chinatown, they have the little Polish area. They got all that different stuff. See, down here it's just white and black. Where I'm from, it's really not even a lot of. Now in Atlanta it is, but from the town where my family is from, it is basically just black and white.
Now, see, I was trying to get to the South before the other people started migrating down there, but I hear that the demographics of Georgia is changing.
Hmm.
And I used to live in Decatur in 2016,
Oh wow,
and there was. Mhm.
I have family. That's where my family lived at for quite some time in Decatur.
Well, I ain't going back to Decatur when I come back down there, right? But I'm getting kind of
Decatur where
frustrated.
greater.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't in the greater area, obviously. It was a restaurant down there named Big Daddy. They had a mall. And me and my son used to walk. I know they probably was like, look at these New Yorkers, because we was walking. We
Hmm.
did show walk, and they had a movie theater, really cool eating area that we used to go to.
It's
Good
not
morning,
New York.
Basic. Huh?
I will give. It's not New York. I would definitely will give that. It's not going to be the same.
No, but it was like, I would say a low income area, right?
Okay.
Like I could pay my rent there. It was like a apartment complex.
South DeKalb Mall or
I don't know. Probably was South DeKalb Mall. There was
North
what was
DeKalb
what
because that's
it was a Pizza Hut down there that closed down. There was a Big Daddy's restaurant. They sold soul
South
food.
DeKalb. That's probably
Okay,
South
yeah.
DeKalb.
That's where we were.
Or it might.
Um,
Big Daddy is on the west side, so that might be Greenbrier.
man, I don't know. I don't
Oh
know.
Lord.
I was really, and I didn't, and I have family down there, but I didn't really want to bother nobody. Then I got homesick. So we stayed for like a year, but I think I'm in a better place now. My children are damn sure in a better place, right? And I could go down there and be encouraged because I'll go down there and be busy, right? Because when I was
Hmm.
down there, I didn't know a lot of people in the industry that I know now. And now
Hmm.
everybody's like, you got to be in Atlanta to do your films, right? Atlanta is the place, right? So what I see from my point of view is Atlanta, Detroit, New York, if I could get somebody to collaborate. But I don't mind. I want to go back down there anyway.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's stressful up here. It's stressful up here for me.
I know. It's when I was up there this past week, like my mind was just spinning this in all different directions.
Right. So I think New York is like at a heightened time. And then I'm giving everybody the side eye because of the stuff they be saying on these apps,
Hmm.
and it's just frustrating. But New York has a beautiful history if you um, really look for it, right? A lot of our history is hidden, but it's hidden in plain sight. So there's natural history of museum. There's like history societies, I guess you call it, and
The
they
New York
preserve
Historical
some.
Society.
Thank you. Look. So they have places like that. I could go visit landmarks and stuff where the ancestors were, I'm gonna say associated with, right?
Hmm.
So there's a lot of things you could do to find the history of New York, but every time I turn around, we're uncovering something in New York. But at this point in time, I'm just frustrated with everybody else. The mass transit has never been safe, but it's even worse now. And I'm
Yeah,
just seeing the
I see some
neglect of it.
craziness.
Right. And now they have more of an African presence in the Bronx, and one of the cleanest places that it used to be clean, and now they ain't clean. And then it's looking like really neglected, but I know that it's because we're the least gentrified, so we receive the least resources. But AOC is finding ways to build Albanian schools for their
Albanians.
children. That's what she said
What?
in one of the town hall calls.
Lord have mercy.
So I did my Black History Spotlight. The lady is foundational, Black American. I gotta figure out how I could write Google because they doing too much. And so I've been hearing some people say, New York is not worth saving. And at first I was like, don't say that. But they got me so fucking fed up. I'm like, you know what? We could kick the melting pot over. And
It's not melted. It's not melted up
I
there.
know it's a figure of speech. It's really not melted. But you know what I realized? I was talking to my childhood friend. She feels that her experience, I can't say she feels. She said her experience was a bit different than mine. She did leave New York when she was a teen, right? And I stayed, from teen to adulthood, and then I left and came back. And she's also, so we got to bring up colorism. She's also ambiguous looking. So people would look at her and be like, "You're so
Oh,
pretty, what you mix with?" So she didn't have necessarily the experience that I had. So she feels
okay.
that her block was more inclusive, but I don't see New York as inclusive. I believe
It's
that we
not.
do face, yeah, we
It
face
ain't.
microaggressions from certain other demographics. So she did introduce that to me. I can't negate her experience, but she did admit that it could have been due to colorism,
I could
right?
talk about my own experiences in East Village where I went into a restaurant and waited
Good
probably
morning, Black Vanguard. Mhm.
probably that was like 10 minutes to just get seated because normally a lot of the places I went to it didn't take too long because they moved so rapidly. And once I got seated, the so-called waiter, it took him forever to help me, and then he would kind of giving me like this evil eye. I was kind of debating about just getting up, but I felt like they were probably all Ellis Islanders, and I should have went on to Sylvia's like I did the next day. So I'm kind of just
Um,
upset I even did that, but it is what it is. I can't beat myself up.
no, it was a lesson learned. But I was basic is basically an open panel. My portion is destroying the narrative of Tezerville. I'm trying to gather back up the strength that I initially had, but I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed every time I turn around. And just when I think it's safe to come into the water, somebody say in New York, and I'm like, damn, again. And some people feel like New York is going grand rising, make it make sense, and that we should not like it's not worth saving, literally. And I don't feel that way because we do still have ancestors here. I want to make a trip to uptown, not uptown, upstate, and check on a certain cemetery just to see the condition. We do have our historical sites that are where you could come visit. We have our landmarks that the ancestors were associated with. Make it make sense that Kendrick Lamar still number one in halftime show. Good, they got the correct numbers out there. Um, and we uncover new Black history here every time I turn around. Um, yes, yes. So he's still number one. Nobody wants to see no damn Bad Bunny. They hyped him up for nothing. And I do have my spotlight here in her name. I'm gonna just go ahead and do it while everybody's in the room because I know y'all getting ready for work or what have you. So my Black History Month highlight for today is Elizabeth Jennings Graham. She was born 1827 through 1901, and she is a school teacher. Well, she was a school teacher, and she was very instrumental in being before Rosa Parks, except it was mass transit, y'all. She did the same thing. They forcefully took her off a New York City train. Yeah, it had to be a train. And she took them to court, and it was a landmark case, right? And that part of the prompt is covered, so I have to go to my computer. But Frederick Douglass helped to popularize her case and get it out there, I guess, into the media, but I have it pulled up on my computer so I can read it sort of verbatim. But welcome to the panel. Basic, do you have anything you would like to contribute thus far?
Yeah, what's going on?
Thank you for the gift.
So yeah, I was actually I was just on this post because I think it was some Black Americans that made the post, and they were showing these Brazilians that grew up doing the same hand games as us when we were young, like slide and concentration and stuff like that, even though they had their own names for it. And of course, you had the Africans that came and got on the post, and because they was, the post was basically talking about how similar we are to the Black people of like South America or whatever. And Africans jumped in, of course, and I asked them, I was like, why, like, do y'all have those hand games? Because I've never seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen old videos of y'all culture and stuff. I don't think I've ever seen like children, African children, doing those hand games. And of course, they came and like flooded my comment and was claiming that it's all in Nigeria and all these different countries. I'm like, okay, well, show the proof. So this morning, I wake up and I got tagged in 2 videos, and they're both modern videos. I said, where are the old videos? Because when I looked up the name of this hand game you're claiming, it doesn't give me like no origin of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a game that y'all call Tinko or whatever. And the videos you posted is modern videos. It's not old videos. Like, where are the old videos of Africans doing this? Because y'all could have seen us doing it and renamed it and start doing the shit over there. And then also, what else? It was something else that I was just on. Other than that, the Bad Bunny thing, I don't really get that too much energy because I didn't watch it. I didn't really care for it. I don't even know who that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just know that it's some weird dude, and I don't even know how he's popular. I have no idea how they're claiming that he got so many views. Like, majority of the people that I know and have come across, even on social media, say that they didn't even watch it. So his numbers seem like they were manufactured anyway. And there was something else I wanted to mention. As far as New York, man, look, I wouldn't tell New Yorkers to give up on New York, because I don't know much about New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, New York is actually bigger than I initially thought. Like, it's like a huge place. So I don't know, I think me and you had the conversation before where, to me, it just comes off like Black Americans of New York are the minority. But I believe you told me that y'all are the majority, but it just doesn't come off like that to me. It really seems like y'all are outnumbered out there. It seems like
Leave out of Manhattan,
say it again.
you'll see more. Once you leave out of Manhattan, or because shoot, even Harlem was gentrified.
Mm-hmm. With one side of Harlem, right? But let me say this. So when I say we outnumber them, I'm talking about the not the Latinos. Who we running into a lot are Latinos, and there's one that kept bothering us yesterday, acting like he was African, and all type of stuff. The Hispanics is hard to get a gauge on, but I'm not sure if we outnumber the Latinos, right? But definitely the Afro-Caribbean and the Africans. So when you put it into that, but you see how they all group together to come at us. So, and they're in our government, running amok too in our government. And I always say this, they have the power of media. So I don't know how many of y'all may go watch Afro Elites live. Was it him? And he brought up Joe Budden about the Shabuzi thing, and he almost, like, Joe Budden almost had it like where he was about to talk for us as FBA and make a point, but he always falls short, and that's what the problem is too. We have Doggy Diamond. So if you go to see Doggy Diamond's podcast on YouTube, you could trust his information. I believe he's from Brooklyn. But other than that, I'm not finding too many who are willing to keep it real. Now, I don't know all the podcasts out there. Easy Does It, do you know you up here? You got to press the mic button. He may not know he up here. Let me mute him. See? So that's who keeps it real about New York. Joe Budden only gets, but so far, and Charlamagne the God is just looking for anybody to give the donkey of the day to. I don't even trust his information.
He bought and
no
paid
problem
for
if
it.
he does it. So
Charlamagne
that's how it's looking for us, right? And the thing with that is we don't have no real strong standing on lineage business type of people. It seems like they're all going along to get along. Because why is there a Black Puerto Rican, Hispanic, and Asian caucus. And now they have an event that's on our reparations website, right? And this is after Dr. Camilla Moore came and she started introducing lineage-based. Even though Sister Brooks, Brother Divine and stuff, Dr. Camilla Moore, she worked out in Cali. I don't really know her resume. At first, she made me nervous because she was using the term African American. I think she did go internationally for a bit, but then she reeled it back on in and she was like, if we're talking about reparations, race-based isn't going to work. It has to be lineage-based. Now, after that, something told me, go check the website, find out when the next hearing is coming on so you can see how it's going to fit in your schedule. There's no hearing up there. It's an event, and the event is labeled the urgency of reparations now. So I clicked the link, and it's held in a place by an organization that says New York Black, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, and Asian Association of Legislators or Legislators Association. You see the play there? Because if she's talking lineage-based, right? Black Americans are talking about delineation, right? Even if she doesn't say delineation, she's making a distinction between us and these melanated immigrants or these other immigrants that she's trying to, that the commission is trying to put on, the docket with us for all Black people. That's not technical. For all melanated people, those Afro-descendant immigrants and us Black people, I think it's kind of diabolical to ask us to put them on our claim. But now they're having that event. And I just find that so horrible. It really is.
Yeah, I think, the fact that this stuff can't be race-based it really is telling the story. Because nothing was actually race-based. The slavery, Jim Crow and all of that, it wasn't race-based. It was based on a specific ethnic group. It wasn't all melanated people. And me personally, I know a lot of our people, they be debating these people on who is Black, and me personally, I don't get into that or whatever. And the reason why I don't is because it was our people who was pushing Black onto all these other groups. So I just don't get into it, what I'm saying, me personally, because I feel like it's an argument that's not going to go anywhere. Because now that they know that we don't want them to identify as Black, they're just going to do it anyway.
I think we could. You're right. We did push it on certain demographics, right? And now they're running with it because they see how they can benefit from identifying as their lineage and ours, right? And it's not funny. I just don't know what else to say, how else to feel. I just felt that certain demographics would have more integrity, right? And know that it's not for them. If we're talking reparations, it's for us. And even if we're talking mass incarceration is a vestige of the 13th Amendment, right? So slavery was abolished unless you were incarcerated, right? They weren't in the country when we were emancipated. That was for us. And school to prison pipeline is another vestige of, I'm going to say, mass incarceration. They need to keep them jails filled, right? But Black codes, they weren't victims of Black codes. Now, if you willingly migrated here and you do a crime and you get sent away, then hey, honey, that's on you. But you migrated here to a place, I know they heard of what was going on. America went over there to Puerto Rico and did whatever it was they did to acquire them from whoever had it at the time. So this is my issue. They get a lot of things specifically for them. Because besides that caucus or association, do you know there's a Congressional Hispanic Caucus?
What?
But is it? Yeah.
Yep.
And do you
Wow.
know,
I
Did you
think it's one
peep
for
how?
Caribbean people too, right?
Yeah, there's one for the Caribbean.
I knew
But
about
did
that.
and there's one for the Haitians. There's one for the Africans. There's one for the Somalis. And
I learned a lot from Yvette Clark.
there's 44 immigrant background on the CBC, which is the Congressional Black Caucus. But the Congressional Black Caucus is saying they're fighting for all Black people and marginalized groups, and the Hispanics are considered a marginalized group. But did y'all peep the delineation when I said Black, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, and Asian? When did Puerto Rican stop being Hispanic?
Yep. And when did Haitians stop being Caribbean?
Right. And Puerto Ricans and other Latinos are Caribbean too.
So, yeah, I mean, they doing it to each other. They're doing it to. It's just like everybody's undermining everybody and dipping and dodging and just taking from each other. It's a weird thing, and they want us to be involved in that. And
No, I don't think that they're taking from each other. I think the only ones that they're locking out is us. They're sitting,
yeah, we
they're
are locked out.
congregating with each.
We're locked out, but I'm saying what they're doing with each other is they're all into like different baskets. You know what I'm saying? They have all these different organizations, and then they have their own. Whereas we just have shit for everybody. We don't have nothing for our own. So we're the ones that are locked out.
And guess what they also probably do? Fund each other, work with each other, produce bills with each other. And speaking of that, let me say this. The U.S. Freedmen's Project did give a name, Nikki Lucas. And I found, thanks to Mary, she gave me, and maybe I'll play it for y'all. Good Morning, Love and Life, Landon. And he stood up and he was talking about the ancestors. He did mention Africa and stuff, but it was kind of worrisome, but for the most part, it was a little refreshing because of the way he made the distinction between us and them, except he's saying that we can all celebrate together or something. And at this point, I'm over trying to celebrate any part of us with anybody else. Now, let me find the link.
Because it's hard to celebrate with people. It's hard to celebrate with people who are actively trying to take resources that were intended for your group of people, who are actively trying to diminish reparations and the different like task force around the nation. It's hard to celebrate with people like that.
Well, no. Can we talk about the violence some of us face in some of these cities by these people?
That too.
So, no. Like, it's just no for me all the way around because they get a lot of things specifically for them. It's just not fair, and I don't know when the greedy stop being greedy. To me, it's a lack of integrity that I didn't even know that they had.
I think everybody is waking up to that right now. We're seeing of our lineage.
I don't know now. I gotta tell you, sometimes I don't know what's going on with everybody. I just know I'm frustrated. It can be overwhelming, and that's probably why I spend so much time on TikTok, so I don't have to deal with everybody else. But I get a lot of my information, and I like being a part of the conversation. But right now, I'm trying to wean myself off. So I do make myself go to sleep. Okay, so this is fair use enacted, y'all.
Fair use, fair use.
Madam Speaker, as we celebrate the 100 years of Black history, the reality is Black history did not start in 1926, but it started 407 years ago on 1619 when 25 slaves ended up at the port of Comfort and started the Jamestown colony. That means from the beginning of time of what we know as our country, African blood has been upon these shores. 151 years after that, the first American blood spilled in the American Revolution was Crispus Attucks on March 5th, 1770, during the American Revolution. We have been at the forefront of the creation of our country. But during that time, and even prior to that, in 1655,
Fair
at the
use.
Wall Street, where companies such as J.P. Morgan, New York Life Insurance, Lehman Brothers, Aetna, United Pacific Railroad, and CSX profited from the slave trade. That tells you about the economics that our culture has been a part of, even though we did not benefit from it. My first ancestor arrived here in 1790 by the census. Her name was Rebecca Quanabon. Well, a lot of people do not know, as at that time, if you were a slave who died, you were put in an unmarked grave in your plantation, used as fertilizer for the very crops that they tended. We can also talk about the black soldiers of regiments in the Civil War, or the Buffalo soldiers that helped to do the Western frontier. We can talk about the Harlem Hellfighters in World War I, or the Panther Tank Division, or the Tuskegee Airmen in World War II. Every major conflict, battle, and inflection point in American history, we are braided within American history. We are as American as apple pie, even if we prefer peach or sweet potato pie. If you ask about American culture, what is American food? I think the first thing I would say is soul food. If we talk about what music and culture was invented in the United States of America, it is blues, rock and roll, jazz, ragtop, hip hop, and R&B and house music, all founded by black artists. We are culturally entwined within the very DNA of our country. And even though at times we continue to be punched down upon, we still rise. I am a grandson of a grandmother who had a sixth grade education, who fled from Jim Crow South. And she now has two grandsons who have multiple degrees, and one now is an assembly member in the New York State Assembly. I am her wildest dream. But for her, she was my Black history, because her strength is what led my family, because she was a true fighter during the worst times of our country. Black history is for all of us, and it needs to be taught, and it cannot and shall not be erased. That's what we've seen on the federal level. Because if you erase Black history, you are erasing American history. Without the hidden figures, we've never been to the moon. Without our civil rights leaders, we would have lost our soul as a country. Black history is for everyone. And I hope everyone can celebrate it as fully as we do. Thank you. Thank you,
That
Madam
was
Speaker.
fair use.
As we celebrate the...
And so his caption for the video says, Black history didn't start in 1926. It started in 1619. We built this country for its WARS and shaped its culture, even when it denied us justice. Black history is American history, and it will not be erased. Okay. They can learn it, but I don't want them celebrating with us. Sorry, not sorry. I think they should take their ass to work whenever we home celebrating it. Sorry, not sorry. Okay? Hi, little brother. I think they celebrated enough off of us. I think they've gotten enough tangibles off of us. I think they appropriated the civil rights blueprint enough. I think they've just done enough. And I thank God that they decided to get kind of bold to where we're like, whoa, hold on. Let's see, let me investigate some shit. Because I got to tell you, I was really kind of sleepy. Yeah, you're the African. Say I ain't African today. But when I got on TikTok,
BX, what's up, sis?
Hey, little brother, how are you?
Still kicking it. Got these boots 10 toes down and kicking them when I can.
Okay. We need our warriors to be kicking some ass
Oh,
now.
baby, you know I'm a warrior. I'm gonna ride.
Okay, Basic. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to look up Elizabeth Jennings Graham. I'm going to read what she's... if you're listening, I'm going to read off... I gave you her history. And you can find that on... Is it Zend Project? There's a couple of resources out there more than Wikipedia if you want to look more into her.
I was gonna say, can you PDF it?
Thank you. Not from my prompt. I use the sources on the internet, and I put the name in the thing. Really nice. But if you Google Elizabeth Jennings Graham, She was a school teacher, based in New York, right? And she had one of the first cases before Rosa Parks where she took a New York railway to court because they violently pulled her off of a train, and Frederick Douglass helped popularize her case.
Wow.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I wish you could. Can you elaborate more? Because I've never heard of the sister. You know what I mean?
No problem. And I want to write Google because for Black History, for some reason, they got Shirley Chisholm written down there, and they got to know Shirley Chisholm is an Afro-descendant immigrant, even. But when we say Black History, we ain't talking about Shirley Chisholm.
Right.
Good morning, Vic. So
Isn't
New
she
York.
from the?
Go ahead.
Is it? I thought Shirley Chisholm was from the Caribbean.
Yes, she sure is.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they have her listen to the caption, and then I ain't gonna say her name, but this is who they have listed after this caption. New York City's history is shaped by numerous foundational Black American legends, from 19th century abolitionists to modern political trailblazers. Key figures include Elizabeth Jennings Graham, who desegregated transit a century before Rosa Parks, and they have that Caribbean lady mentioned as the first Black woman in Congress, and that is false. Charlene in Congress? Well, in Congress. I got to double check Charlene Mitchell. But Charlene Mitchell was the first Black American lady to run for the White House, and she ran under the Communist Party. But let me tell you a little bit more about Elizabeth Jennings Graham. So, Elizabeth Jennings Graham is known as the 19th century Rosa Parks. She successfully sued the Third Avenue Railroad Company in 1854 after being forcibly removed from a streetcar due to her race, eventually leading to the desegregation of New York City transit. See, I ain't even know all that, y'all.
Wow.
And I thought I had some more here. Let me see. Let's see if I go a page back. Okay. Mm-hmm. It says show more. Let's see what they pull up. And they also say that her case established a key legal victory for equal rights in public transportation. And they mentioned a century before the modern civil rights movement. We've always been fighting, no matter where we at. We had we had things that we had to face. Now, let me tell you something. I subscribe to AOC's YouTube channel just to stay in touch and see, what she be putting up there. And do y'all know she highlighted Claudette Colvin? I ain't even watch it. But if y'all want to go over there and watch it and come back and tell me if it was good or bad, I'd appreciate it. But she irks my nerves,
She
that
do.
lady.
Wow.
I watched that mess last week with ALC, and she was literally the town hall, and she literally is telling people how to protect illegal migrants from ICE. I just had I had to click off that mess. I tried to watch the whole thing.
Sis, I wish somebody would get a company so I can contract to them because I'm gonna put the cuffs on them like they did on us in the '90s, and you figure out how to get up out of there. But you going. That's what
Yeah,
I'm on.
I hear you, little brother.
And I heard it's $800 a head.
Oh, you want us to be bounty hunters?
Yeah, why not?
800.
Shit, we already hunters. Just put a bounty in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
I got plenty of brothers with plenty of pums. Man, grab that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. But let me just land here with Elizabeth Jennings Graham. She is in the New York Transit Museum, so they do have a spot, or maybe I should say, yeah, a spot designated for her. How do I scroll this over here? Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if I could minimize the window a little bit. Move and resize. It doesn't. Let's see if those things. It ain't allowing me to see the whole thing, but they do, and they list it as an African American. That term has got to go. But I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. This is an open panel. My whole thing was, destroying the narrative of Tetherville, and I decided to do that by highlighting key Black American figures based out of New York, because they all run with the New York was built by immigrants, and we did this and we did that, and we're all unified here. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, right. That's all you could say. We could show you better than we could,
I swear. I'm
I
right?
never felt that at all the whole time I was there. I never felt no type of unity amongst immigrants. Because when I literally got to my hotel, I saw two different. I don't know if one of them was like Middle Eastern, and then another one that was a European immigrant. They were yelling right out, not yelling, but they were like arguing outside of the hotel that I was staying. I was like, oh, okay, this so-called unity. Okay.
Right.
I was done with JFK when I flew in. I flew in and they had some Arab mock. He was in cuffs, and I was looking like, what the? You know what I
You
mean? I
mean
said, yeah,
handcuffs?
yo,
Did you say handcuffs?
yeah, he was in cuffs. He was in handcuffs.
Oh.
And I don't know if it was the police, but it was he was in cuffs and he was walking, and I'm like, damn, is he getting put out? I didn't know, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
now that I think back on it, I know he was getting up out of here. So that's why I'm like, where you at? That's why I be like, sus, where you at? Cause I put some handcuffs on you and let you figure out how to get up out that jam. If you legit or you illegit, I don't care. But you going.
In LaGuardia, it was a lot of immigrants with their little passports. I will say that when I was leaving there, it was a
Well,
lot of passports.
New York does have a high tourism rate. I remember going to church in Harlem. Um, do I want to say 2014? And there would be a bus that would pull up, and a bunch of tourists, European tourists, would come, and the pastor would clear a few rows for them, and they got to sit there in service. They were foreigners, they were tourists. And I don't know who told them to come to that church. Who knows who he knows, right?
Right.
I was fairly new there too, and just because I was living in the area and was going to Christian church at that time, I went there. But I was like, it's really amazing. They never put nothing in the collection plate.
Oh,
Never give a donation, a seed money, but we all have to. Or they be giving us the glare. But not to disparage anybody in their church. But New York has a very big culture of tourism. We have a culture of fashion, so you probably see a lot of immigrants coming here to go shopping in Midtown and all that other stuff. Wherever those fancy
Hmm.
prices stores is, I don't know. I don't shop at them.
sis, I was in the Dominican at one time, and this cat, we would always, me and my crew, because we would be down there like 40, 50 deep. And you see the little kids, you're like, man, go ahead, y'all get something to eat, man. It's on us, no problem. So this one cat, he had, got grown, he grown now. And I was like, Shorty, where you from? He was like, I'm from New York. And I'm looking at his feet because he got shower shoes on. I'm like, the fuck out of here. You ain't from no fucking New York. You just speak good English, but you ain't from New York. And I see how the cosplaying movement is going because, I seen this. I literally seen this. And it's crazy because you don't want to be us, but you want to be cool like us. And then as far as pastor, I'm sorry, sis. I don't go to church. I just can't do it. God is
I
within
don't.
me. You know,
Yeah, I don't either.
he is within me, and he got a sense of humor and got a and a lot of people don't know God hated too. Hated the devil. God loved everybody. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. But that's if that's their theory and according to their comprehension and understanding. If you live with that, keep studying, you'll find the answer. But no, I'm not going for that. I remember when we started in the church that my mama used to go to. We started in the back. My mama finally made it to the front after she gave away a lot of my daddy's money. He said, "I don't mind going to church. I don't mind her donating to the church, but I just wish she would stop giving them all my damn money." That's what my daddy
Mm.
said. I was like, "Damn." So basically, it's like
So I.
I'm
Mhm.
sorry. I'm gonna land right here, sis. Basically, it's like my mama was buying her way to the front of the church. You know what I mean? Buying her way
Yeah.
into the congregation or whatever. So, and I land right there.
So I'm pretty I'm not judgmental when it comes to religion, unless you tell me you worshiping in the Luciferian faith. But I won't push going to church on you. I don't really go to church, and I did say when I was visiting Christian churches, but every now and then I feel to go into church, and I go and I listen to I like the music, I like the choir, I love seeing the church mothers dressed in white. Sometimes it's good to tap in um to the church. I don't mean tap in and give them all your money. Go to the ATM because I hear they got some ATMs in some of them.
Are
But
you
for
for
me,
real?
Yes.
that's what, yeah.
Wow, I've
So
been
I'm gonna
gone that
land here. I'm gonna
long.
land here before you act real surprised. Sometimes I just get a calling just to go to church and
It's
sit
even
and
churches in
spend time.
Chicago. They want to see your W-2s to make
Are
sure
you
Okay,
you
for
give them your
real?
that's crazy.
yes.
I wouldn't go to that
They
church.
want to see your. It's
Wow.
Johnny Coleman. It's a woman, a preacher woman named Johnny Coleman, and she want.
Okay.
They want to see your W-2. Make sure you giving your 10%.
That is wild.
Mm,
I say that's pimping at the hardest. That's a hard pimp right there.
That is.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, it ain't pimping if they got it. Some people want to be pimped. I think the
Yeah.
elders should be protected. Some of them may not have, or may just be dropped off at the church house, and some families won't find out until it's too late that Granny been giving her money to the church.
Yeah,
But
but the pastor ride right past the parishioners and get them and keep going. And you supposed to come in and get your money. He ride right past you in your Cadillac, in his Cadillac.
You mean a
you had it
Bentley?
right the first time in your Cadillac, because the congregation bought it. The congregation should go repossess it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm joking, y'all. But church is
Let's
good.
go.
If that's what you feel to do, but I wouldn't push you going to church on you. I just get a feeling to go to church sometimes. I still listen to Christian sermons. I found one man that I really love on this platform. So, you know,
Check out
you
brother.
don't have to go to
Check out
church.
brother. Gino Jenkins.
No, I don't want to chuck out nobody else. I found the pastor that I want to
Okay,
listen
okay.
to.
But
I don't need too many people in their interpretations. I found one that resonates with me. That's how you get all mixed up, wondering if you should listen to this one or that one.
if I'm
I'm
a
going to just
if I'm
hone
gonna
in.
listen to that Bible, Gino Jenkins is the one.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. And
And he
Gino
from
G.
I want to say he from DC or something like. I know he on the East Coast. I don't where at. I
Mhm.
don't know.
Okay.
Pennsylvania, I'm not sure, but he's on the East Coast. Just one day on some discovering stuff. Just play a little small clip of him and see what you get.
There's and I forgot the church's name, but he's with the delineation movement. Even if he didn't say it, the insight he gave into the Democrat Party, he was talking about most people don't know that the Democrats were the party of slavery.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he's the pastor that's telling the truth. Um,
I mean, if
that's
you've been in these spaces, I don't know how you don't know this no more. And if you coming in on the new, okay, you probably need to sit back and listen and learn a little bit before you just come off the handle or whatever. You know what I mean? But because my brother's
good
down
morning,
in,
country. Hmm.
I got a brother down in Louisiana, and he studies under the Hebrew Israelites. And
Hmm.
preacher man ran up on him, say, "The Lord." He said, "Which Lord you talking about? Got lords in England, got landlords, and got lords all over the place. Which Lord you talking about?" That preacher man got up off of him. The
Yes,
Lords. You know what I mean? So which Lord you talking about? And that preacher man got away from my brother. He left him alone.
You know,
hmm
I heard that saying before. It's true, right? Which Lord are you talking about? But
Got Lord in the sky that I praise. I pray to or whatever. And I got a landlord. I got Lord in England. Which one you talking about?
yeah, I would have just used deductive reasoning. You know, he ain't talking about the ones in London. He ain't talking about the landlord. He's talking
But,
about the one that said to save your soul. Your brother just wanted to give him heck. That's all.
well, shoot, he got him up off his heels because guess what? I guarantee my brother know more about that Bible than that preacher man do. Now remember, he in the South. They not
Mm-hmm.
really. I mean, that older generation ain't educated like that.
they're not.
They
I
just
know.
run
I'm in the
along.
South.
They just go along with the scenario. What they mama and daddy taught them and whatever, how they grew up in the church or whatever. Well, but my brother questioned that man, and the preacher man walked away from him and he pointed at him. He say, "Yep, yeah, you want my grandma. My grandma told me I was a preacher." And she said, told my mama, say, that's your preacher right there. And I am, but I'm not, I'm in the highways and the byways. I'm in the gutter. I'm in the alleys talking, preaching. I don't need no church. I'm talking to the brothers on the street that's in here out, pulling their coattails.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what I do. That's how I get to the youth. I go to them. I ain't waiting on them to come into this house where the heat is warm. I mean, coming to the church. I ain't waiting on that. I'm going, as we cross each other's path. Hey, brother, what 12 mean? Oh, man, them bitches everywhere. What you mean? I already know they talking about, we talking about the police or whatever. I already know what 12 mean, but just to let them know you got a brother within me. Brother, whatever you into, I can let me educate you on what you into. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Let me yeah. If you're doing wrong, I don't want you to do wrong, but you're gonna do what you're gonna do anyway. But let me show you some
Um,
stuff. Let me show you some stuff that I done, me and my partners done, and it ain't right, bro. Try to change their mind. And just even if I can just stall them for 3 to 5 seconds, maybe I'll stop him from seriously hurting somebody or somebody seriously hurting him.
mhm.
You see what I'm saying? That's how I work. That's how I move.
Yeah.
Mm.
Peace to nobody who has entered the room. I don't know if he's still in here in FBA prime time. And I see Belt, my nephew. Um
Primetime
oh
owe me some breakfast because we've been rolling since
uh
yesterday.
I wasn't expecting that.
Dude, we've been cooking all over. We've been cooking all since yesterday.
Hmm.
They done shut down Chief Spot. They done we was in Red Spot and shoots. Me and Prime where we at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hi Manola. Afro Lisa. Good morning, Rich Rising. Got shut down yesterday too.
Really?
That was his first time being shut down, and he's been on this app over a year. He was upset about it, but they didn't hit him with a long 1 week, 2 week ban. It was only, I believe, 2 days. But I think we're gonna kind of I don't know what he's going to do. He said he needs to make some changes. But like I told him, this is the first time that we had so many Latinos in one room. And
Yes.
one thing about them, they're very entitled. Well, I'm going to say many are very entitled. And you could
Yes.
tell. You could tell by the celebrities, right?
Yes.
And so I don't know if it was them that actually reported. I'm willing to say it was, but we also had Revenue and MBS Stunner, two of the biggest trolls, said to um report pages. Here's my thing. I want to know who's their hookup because I ain't never been able to, like, when you scroll past, well, one day I was scrolling, right? And there was this man with a Palestinian, don't say the name, flag in his bio. But he was talking about Black Americans don't deserve reparations, X, Y, Z. And I got highly offended. I said, let me get my ass in here. Go ahead and block him. But then I was like, wait, let me report him before I block him.
Right.
Nothing
Hmm.
happened to him. And I mean, he was
Huh?
going off using the N word and everything. This is what I'm saying. How come every time we report, like, those demographics that call us the N word, N word, N word, N word, nothing happens to them. But then when our platforms are up and they're educating or having debates, right?
Right.
Um, we get taken down.
Me and Dynasty was talking about that the other day because I'd never heard of that, and I was like, "Say word, bro." He said, "Yeah, you can go on all these platforms. They in, but as soon as I got flagged for just going live and showing how I'm living.
Right.
I showed my living room. I spent $15,000 on furniture, and I got flagged. I'm like, damn,
Wow. Are you
just
for
showing it. I
real?
didn't say nothing.
I gotta tell y'all, I thought America buying TikTok would ease some of these daggone restrictions. I was wrong, y'all. For once, BX was wrong. I'm a know it all, right? So
It's okay,
I think it's
sis.
gonna
I
eat.
was wrong.
No, I don't think you're wrong. They're gonna ease their way into implementation because it takes
Uh,
time to like implement new stuff like that.
Thank you, Malik. Hmm.
You know what?
Well, it's not happening fast enough because I'm getting frustrated. I got to tell you, I feel like TikTok is very crowded right now. I feel like we are in Big Mama's house and all her children and all her
The
grandchildren
whole
because they're the
neighborhood in
children
there.
of her children.
That's what I was
Everybody
gonna
just
say.
living here. And some get along and some don't. And some sound off the wall like they need to be in the institution. And some are nice, rationally insane, but they got to crash out every now and then.
But
Right? It's
go,
getting too
yeah,
crowded
yeah.
over here.
But you know what,
Mm.
BX? I could see us as FBAs getting each other's numbers, and then we do that conference call. I could.
We get a Zoom. Let me tell you how Zoom because I don't give nobody my number anymore.
I
I,
understand.
I
Okay.
literally don't.
No, I get it.
Um,
I get it. But I could see
but
it
let me
getting
tell
to
you
that
how
point.
Zoom call works, so that way you won't think. This is how people are doing it. They set up the meeting date and time on Zoom,
Yeah.
and they come back with a link, and they put it in your inbox, and you could only join
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
have that link.
Yes, ma'am. I could see something like that going on too. I could see that too.
Yeah. You
Because
can't trust nobody. Like, I
You
mean, I
can.
love y'all, but at the same time, ain't no reason why um people are doxing like that. Like, and these are people I wouldn't, well, I don't know what I would have thought of them. But when my first 10 seconds of meeting them, they did not hint off that they would now be this type of people. And it's really sad. And I know that we say sometimes we have raccoons, but to this degree that you willing to mess with the reparationists or the people that's caused the first line of defense against misinformation, well, one of the first line, and you willing to do all of that? Are you really
us.
of the lineage or for us? Like, I don't know. It's
And
weird.
you know what, sis? I think that would be something nice we need to put together and get us a Zoom meeting. That way we can everybody ain't allowed in this here meeting. You know what I mean? Just to talk and be around us and talk our stuff and whatever it is we do. You know,
You just want to go somewhere you could curse.
I mean, I'm gonna do that.
Speak
Cuss.
freely.
You
I
could cuss.
understand him. I don't
First
blame
Amendment.
you
First Amendment,
because
freedom of
we
speech.
not in China. This America.
For real. And this
Mm-hmm.
definitely ain't no Germany.
Mm.
You know,
Right.
I just want to
Malik.
talk with my people and say the shit, say my stuff how the hell I understand and comprehend it, and regurgitate it the way I see it. And if I'm wrong, you know, maybe my brother, my sister can correct me. You know what I mean? Help me get a better understanding. But all this other stuff, I'm just sick and tired of it. And then we got bigger fish to fry. Like I don't need to be arguing with somebody that's less than me. You gonna
Mm-hmm.
flag me because I just showed my living room furniture? I didn't make it to the basement. I didn't make it to the yard and show you the pool, the deck.
Wow.
I didn't make it to all of that.
Right.
See what
But
I'm
you could
saying? You
have a
see how I'm
room.
saying, sis?
Yeah.
But you could have a room of Hispanics
Hi,
using the
Toy
N
Toy.
word 100 million times in there.
Exactly.
But let me read Malik's comment. He says we got too many cosplayers latching onto our culture.
Right.
Hmm.
And sis, I didn't know. You had said a name. Um, I forgot. You said a name, and I'm trying to remember the name, and you say he's a immigrant. What was his name?
I don't know. You know how many people I come into contact with on this app?
Yeah, I know.
What
Right.
is he a celebrity? Is he a TikTok person? Like who is he?
Don't worry about it, sis. Somebody else will mention it later on down the road. I ain't worried about it.
So you don't remember?
I remember. I'm trying to think of it.
Hmm.
Shoots. I'm sorry, goddammit.
It's okay.
I done had me a smoke or two this morning.
Shoot, I'm about to have me my little the TH and the C drink later today. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I'm the only sober one up. You know.
Hey,
Well,
top of the
it's
morning,
legal here.
sis. The sun's shining on both sides of the street.
I know. I know. I know.
It's the top of the
I know.
morning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know. Shoot, I'm trying to figure out how I can get down south and lay eyes on my brother.
Aw.
Yeah, I need to go see him, man. I got a few dollars, but I just got to figure out how I want to do it. Do I fly in, or if I drive, then shit, I ain't got no problem driving. I can make that drive in about 13 hours.
Compare all the prices of modes of transportation and then pick the one you're most comfortable with.
Driving, cause I'm coming back with some shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I want to know what the shit is. You know. I want to
some
know.
cone, some cone.
Okay. I'm like, okay. Well, yeah, you good. My friend be trying to. She told me I should drive down south and make sure I go through the mountain. I said, this lady just trying to unalive me. I don't like heights. You want to send me to the mountains, lady? Like, what is wrong with you?
Now
Some
driving.
people are drivers, and some people are drivers. Like she just drive.
I mean, you know
I
what?
ain't that type of person.
You know what? You think about
I
it.
like to be
It's
chauffeured.
therapy. It's therapy for me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just
Me
you in the
too.
highway. Give me a cup of coffee. Let me put my old school music on, and you can lay back and go to sleep. I got this. Only time I'm pulling over is when I'm getting gas. Cause once I get down to Cairo, and then I come through Alabama, Arkansas, and Tennessee like a bat out of hell, and then I come through the
Oh
top of
Lord.
Mississippi, bat out of hell.
Now driving through Chattanooga actually is nice, 'cause like going through the mountain ranges. I will say so.
I go through Memphis. Go
Oh,
through the
so
Memphis.
west.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I never
Okay.
been to Chattanooga.
Okay. I got family in Memphis too. There, and in Nashville.
Yeah. See, I come through Nashville.
Oh wow, okay. And see, I think it was my great grandfather. He was a part of building I forgot where the neighborhood was at. This was like in the early 1900s. We had went there for one of our family reunions. This was
Wow.
probably like 10 years ago.
Wow. And he helped build the neighborhood?
Yeah, it was like it had to have been like the early 1900s in
Wow.
Nashville.
That's beautiful.
And it's still standing. It's not breaking down like this new construction with all of these other immigrants that are building this garbage, or how folk from up north could say garbage.
Yeah,
Because
because these gualas is they just putting it up. They don't, they ain't. I'm a licensed engineer by trade.
okay.
It's a certain way, and I'm retired. It's a way that you put this stuff together. Like I built a deck on the back of my house. You got to level it off. They just put it down and bam, staple it together and bam, it's up. It looked good. Yep, it looked good. All right. But remember, we're dealing with people that are uneducated and they coming into the States working. And it's basically like learn on the job training. Learn as you go. This is what we dealing with. But I had to go to school. I fought with them white tee people left and right to get where I
Grand
was.
Rising.
I fought
I'm
with
sorry. Mhm.
I fought with them left and right. And my boss, one of my bosses, he was an FBA brother, older brother. He say, "You going to school for this boiler?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You better know it because they don't know it." Talking about the white tee, the Irish white tee man. And I
Mhm.
and I get what he was saying because guess what? I trained so many of them.
Wow.
Right now, I'm thinking of maybe I might try to get a job out there on one of them oil rigs out on the ocean.
Oh, they pay good. They
Oh, I
pay real
know.
well.
I
One
stay out there
moment.
for 6 months and go home for 6 months.
Nola says it's cheap labor. You get what you pay for. You gotta blame the contractor.
Yeah, yeah,
Right. Hey,
yeah.
Nola. Thanks to you here.
Mm-hmm. And
Yep.
D Tuggo is saying what's up, what's good to the fam. Um, so it would be like a seasonal position. You go over there, you make your money, you save some of your money, right? Don't trick it off over there, over them other ladies stuff. And
Sis, sis, I
it
did
sounds good.
28 years. I did 28 years on that job. I made over 3.5 mil. I didn't trick money. I didn't blew money. I didn't gamble money. I just lost money. You know what I mean? And I'm still straight. I'm not proud of what I did. I had a matter of fact, BX. I was a passport bro at one point in time. And not really I was a passport bro, but just so happened as I was looking for property out the country, um, the brothers that turned me on to traveling, they were Pan African.
Mm,
So just so happened we go look at property or whatever, and we discussing what we can do or whatever. And after that, by we start at 10 and say by 2 o'clock we're done. All of a sudden, there's women available. Okay,
mm,
well, I did that. I did that, did that, did that, did that, did that. But I never cared to bring one of them back. I never wanted to have babies with them or nothing. I wanted to go back home. But since there's women available and we having drinks and smoking and whatever we doing, I wasn't into that. That's what it was. That was what was available. So I took advantage of it. $40, yeah, you can have it. Shit, I'm making 40. At that time, I was making $40 an hour. 1 hour of my pay, you can have this shit. And then, at the time, I was stressing too. going through situations with my ex because she, they wasn't working or whatever. So all the bills is on me. So when I did find me a little time to get, I'm working my ass off. I'm going to work. Go to work and do 16 hours, 6 days a week, 7 days a week. And that's what I did. Paid the bills. All my kids are straight. And shoots, I finally found some time to get me a little money. And then that's when I, wind up going out the country. And I was trying to make a move, but she supposedly was in school for some medical stuff or something. And she never brought the money back. She never got the job to bring the money back in because I want the Benz and the Beamer in the driveway as well. But she never did it. So we just she left and bam. Said I filed for divorce. The hell with it.
Right.
I ain't begging nobody to be with me.
Right. No,
But
I
yeah.
understand.
Yeah, sis, I mean, it's just here it is, I'm winning. Come on, I'm trying to you said you're gonna do this. I'm trying to bring you in so you can win. And guess what this raggedy heifer did? She done dragged me back into court.
For what?
I got to give her a piece of the house, a piece of the property.
Ah. So Nola says, BX, I want to say thank you for having my back that day. They really tried to call me a tether. Yeah, I didn't like that. You're welcome, Nola. Yeah.
I'm not going for none of that shit. We ain't gonna tolerate no disrespect. That's why. BX when they be on here, see, they don't know who I know because I travel so much. I have let's just say New York, right? I can get in touch with some brothers. They call them the G's and the D's, and have them brothers come knock on your door. Drop that location. They not gonna do it. So stop talking all the tough talk. What state you in? What city you in? I'm one of them dudes. I know people. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people. I was just telling Dynasty the other day. I say, man, them brothers that went got that money off the fake Rick Ross in Miami, Rose. I know them.
Uh-huh.
I know them niggas, and I know they got their money off of 'em. You know what I mean? But sis, it's the top of the morning. I don't want to go into all that, but yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
and then we finna. Matter of fact, I invited Brother Dynasty to come kick it with me in the show. I don't have the dates because we're getting ready to do a little documentary
Oh.
on the show.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. I was saying, I know them. I was telling everybody, watch this. I know
Yeah,
them.
yeah. And then shit. Everybody want old
Thank you,
block,
Slim.
everybody talk old block, old block. I was running through that shit in the '90s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Shawty and
Salute.
them, they are what they are because we was what we was.
Right.
I can't say no more about that. I gotta be cool.
Yeah, please. Please be cool. I'm trying to get us past that. I haven't seen or heard anything too negative about Chicago recently. I do hear all of our communities are on a decline as far as crime. Um, I
Yeah.
did hear about when ICE went in and detained some people, but that building was not ideal. It already had its issues besides the immigrants. So,
Sis, when I heard that, I grabbed my blick and jumped in the car and rode through there.
uh-huh.
I rode through there with my shit like, let me see one of these motherfuckers outside. See, goddammit, because we lived this life. It was remember the George Floyd riot, right? It was a cat in New Village. I mean, I'm sorry, Little Village. He was telling, he put it out there on Twitter or whatever. Yeah, you black people don't ride through Little Village. And then it was some word got out, or some footage got out, that they were throwing bricks and bottles at some older women that, you know what women do. They going shopping, they talking shit, probably eating, probably came from eating tacos, who knows. But y'all threw bricks and bottles at the car. Then the next video, see he out there live again, and next thing you know, you see that nigga running, motherfuckers blowing at his ass. But see, guess what he didn't realize? He evidently got a call from the penitentiary. Shut the fuck up, because guess what? You got every black GUN pointed at your neighborhood. You ain't got people from the west side, people from the Indiana, people from the south side. You just ride through there and any motherfucker you see, blam, 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 pum, pum, pum. You
Cause
put the
Gary
whole
don't
target
play.
on you put the target on your neighborhood. And the way these shorties be sliding and doing what they do, y'all ain't gonna make it long. Y'all ain't gonna make it long. So evidently he said nothing after that. And then he wind up the brothers went over there and hollered at him, because I know Shawty and them went through there. You throwing bricks at my grandma? Throwing bottles at my grandma's car? Okay. We finna slide through there. And that's why I say the second video he put up, he was live, and then next thing you know, he running. I mean, you could hear you could hear the pow, 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 pow. They trying to get him.
Wow.
But that's and the only way he probably shut the F up is because he got a call from the
Hey,
penitentiary.
Chief. Chief Misbehavior just peeked in. Not to cut you off, little brother.
Go ahead,
And
sis.
then Slim, he was speaking about Afro Leaks Live when they brought that down
Yeah,
yesterday.
they
And
got
then
Afro Elite 2 and Chief.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chief. Hi, Deoda. And then Slim saying, "Thank you for being the soldier you are." Yeah.
And
He
Chief?
was really upset.
Dang.
That's the first time, and he's been on this app, I probably could say 2 years now. And I've been, modding for him since day one over here.
I
I just
heard
started
Afro
modding
Elite
for
was
him on
cooking though.
YouTube. He
It was.
was. He even revenue was kind of mild yesterday, but I don't know. I can't put the blame on who we reported. He said it was like a mass report, right?
Yeah.
And there were heavy a lot. You're banned on that account. Ah,
Oh my
I hate when our
God.
favorite pages
Yep.
go down.
I think they say Afro Elite had like 300 or 800 people or something like that.
It was like 600. It was something high. It was real high.
And then they
I
say
didn't even pay attention to the counter.
and then Chief had like 500 people up in there, and they
Mm-hmm.
shut it
Wow.
down.
Mm,
They hate that we telling the truth about
yeah. But
Man.
we don't know who it could have been, right? Because I'm thinking we never had a room full of Latinos like that. And one thing about them, they're very entitled and they don't like to hear the truth about themselves at
they don't.
all. So it could have been them, or we had two of the biggest trolls, the revenue person and MBS stunner, and then some in the chat. But hello, brother Slim. How are you?
What's Zam to the panel? What's Zam, sister? How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
Boy, yesterday I was heated. I was mad.
Sure, misbehavior. No problem.
You hear
Go
me?
ahead. Hmm.
When I tell you I was mad because I literally watched in real time. He was like, "Oh, hold on, y'all, hold on, tap, keep on tapping, wait, they mass reporting." And I watched in real time how they literally laid up there and was hating and literally I
Yeah.
watched that in real time, and when it went down, I'm like, man, what the fuck? I'm like, wait, what? And literally, and I'm like, so you mean to tell me
Good morning, cousin.
I'm like, so
Hmm.
you mean to tell me we have to sit up here and endure all this hatred, hatred? We have to endure all this, and y'all won't do nothing about it. But the moment we sit up here and left and have a legitimate reason, and we're not disrespecting nobody, y'all just gonna sit up here and left there and let these people just do this to us. Like, and this is this. It was literally it was like a productive conversation.
Yeah,
We
we was
heard
just chilling, bro.
it was a productive conversation, brother. Like I said, and listen, now if if anybody got offended because we heard WETBACKS, I don't care. That shouldn't be nothing when we being called NIGGAS every day from them as well. We shouldn't that shouldn't be an issue. Well, when I tell you I was heated, I had to drop down. Like for real, and I saw my brother, you heard me? Even it wasn't even the same after he laid up there and brought it back on ZZ page. I
Man,
was
they
like,
they
man,
they whacked brother Chief yesterday. Chief on the deck too, sis.
man, that was ridiculous, bro. I
They
was
was
so
mad.
mad
That
about that,
man, look here, bro. I was like, man, these some punk ass motherfuckers.
man. But listen, let me tell you something. BX, thank you. I appreciate you. I
Thank
appreciate you
you.
for doing what you doing. You heard me?
That's
Because
what our
like I said,
sisters is for.
yeah, like literally, I mean, I'm telling you, like I said, one thing I noticed how her and Brother Afro, how they left there and worked together. Hey, look, BX, she gonna set the decorum. This is what it is. And one thing I do notice is not everybody they run away from that part as soon as you come in the room. You have to say and show, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. What's your where you from? Who are you? Where you from?
Hey,
Everybody don't do that.
hey, Slim, BX
Yeah.
one of them ones. Hey, hold this real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
She one of them.
Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. Like I said, I done been up in there before, and I had to come in, and BX was like, "Yeah, no, you know, like, and it is what it is. Everybody, you got to be vetted, BX." And I heard her say that
Yeah,
you got to be vetted,
yeah.
straight up and down. It ain't no sitting up here. No, and BX told them, like, listen, I'm still being vetted right now. You
Put
got to be vetted when you come in the room. I had to go through it. Everybody got to
put
go
this
through it.
put this bone around your
Thank you,
neck
y'all,
until
for
we
the
make.
likes and the gifts. Hmm.
You heard me? But
Yeah.
yesterday, man, I was real disappointed, brother.
You
BX,
know what, brother?
I was
You know what,
upset
brother?
about that.
We
You heard
you
me?
know what, brother? We build a defense for that. So, cause guess what? That's why they do it. Because we got multiple families that we can. You know what I mean? I might
Yeah,
have to go live one day. You know what I mean?
man.
But here's the issue why
Chief, chime in, man.
so here's the issue why it could be a problem for pages like Afro Elite. So when you host your panels here, so your TikTok base could be have first priority, but you upload it to YouTube for your other demographic. You don't get those lives that go down.
Mm,
I've yet to see those lives. If I lose my appeal, then I lose my content.
right.
Okay. Okay.
So he only has the second part. But go ahead, Chief. I want Chief to enter the chat and then the
Come on in, brother Chief.
Brother Chief.
What's going on, y'all? What's
I
up?
Peace,
didn't know
God.
I didn't know they hit yours too either, Chief. I really didn't. You
Yeah,
heard me?
man.
Because I was
I know who did it. It was because I got this threatening message from this Latina lady. She was Cuban, and she was talking about, I don't understand why you black people are spreading hate against Latinos, and Trump gonna come after y'all too. And she just said a bunch of hateful stuff
Yeah, I
in the
remember
message.
that.
She wrote me about a whole book. And then it was in my back channel. So I was like, what? This lady crazy. So I think it was just, and she said in the thing, I'm just gonna have a bunch of people reporting to you till you get taken down. So I think that's what happened, y'all.
Oh, you
wow.
need to report
I
that.
seen it
Put that
after
in
though,
your.
Well,
You
you
need
know,
to
the
put that
feds
in your
got on
report.
us. Feds
Yeah.
on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
ridiculous.
so DeCusto says had to be the Latinos because the Africans generally like the discourse. Yeah, they get on my damn nerves.
Yeah, they get on my
Um,
nerves too. For real.
that
They
is
think you're supposed to treat
horrible.
them better. They think you're supposed to treat them like they
White tea people.
superior to us or something.
White
Yeah.
tea people.
Mhm.
Yeah, they think they don't even recognize that Black Americans, we don't even kiss white tea ass. So why do you think we gonna kiss your ass?
Belt to
Bruh,
ass.
brother, I don't think we're all going into, I don't think us foundational Black Americans are going anywhere else and or even worrying about mass report. Listen, they could talk the worst shit about us. I don't think we're sitting up here literally like, hey, you know what? Let's mass report. Let's go ahead. That's not what I don't think. That's not something I can't even imagine. BX, listen, brother, you heard me?
You
Like,
heard me?
brother, Black Vanguard. Let me tell you something. Like, I don't think, I don't think I don't think even brother Flex, King Flex, Tyreek Nasheed. I don't think that's something we're all just sitting around like, hey, you know what? They're talking crazy about the lineage. Let's go sit up here and mass report. That's not. We ain't got time to be doing all that.
But we ain't in they spaces. We
If
be in
we
our
ain't,
family reunion.
Exactly.
ain't it ridiculous, bro? Listen, literally, it was like 2 or 3 months ago. What was everybody talking about? Black fatigue.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But y'all are the ones coming over here in our issue, in our area.
Getting in our politics.
Yeah,
Stealing the
coming over
money
here,
from the government.
coming over here in our area. And I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. So something needs to be done about this because I think it's literally like the delineation so potent to where y'all got to do this now. Y'all literally have to do this now. You know what I'm saying? So now we literally got to treat y'all claim y'all brown, but y'all actually white tea. Literally, y'all literally
Literally.
They
white tea.
Spaniard.
Literally.
They Spaniard. A
They
lot
did
of
that.
them.
Literally.
They did that
Okay. All
yesterday.
right. One moment, y'all, because they have been ultra sensitive with us. So I don't want none of us getting hit for misinformation or HATE speak.
Yeah.
So we kind of
Okay.
yeah.
I'm
We
sorry.
we we now we know what it is, right?
Now we
Because
know.
Yep.
anybody who lives around them understands how entitled they are, how emboldened they are to feel like they somebody's parent. They ain't nobody's parent over here.
Mm.
Oh.
Well, BX, I done been in there before, goddammit. I don't give a fuck about going. Ain't gonna be nothing but a family reunion when I get in there. Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn it.
Yeah.
Shit. Just send me some, put money on my books. Matter of fact, I don't even need no money on the books. Keep
Now
it going.
see how ridiculous this is? Not for us, but look at this. All we're asking for or what we're demanding, right, is my word I like to say ethnic autonomy, cultural respect, and we're inserting cultural boundaries, right? So things like I told one yesterday, you may feel or you may I said I know you confused, right? You've been allowed to run them up, but we're setting boundaries now. Just like your people have boundaries and we respect your boundaries, you're gonna start respecting ours.
Mm.
But now my little brother here, has to start saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna just make sure you got book money, money to put on my book." Why we got to do all that for telling people no, it's not okay to treat us like that. No, it's not okay for you to do that. I don't know too many other ethnic groups that tell us more than one time what's offensive to them, and we keep going and going and going and going. Like we just don't do that.
Right.
Right.
And
That's what
I
I mean by you see how
I
ridiculous that
You know what,
and
sounds.
sis? I think you need to put that, go ahead and get that Zoom out, that Zoom meeting. That way we could just talk among ourselves. We don't
man,
need
let
to.
me know.
I
Man,
swear.
I'm gonna be up in there. Let me know. Send me the link. Man, I'm willing to do that because yesterday opened my eyes. I was like, that's crazy, man.
Bro,
That's literally
bro, bro,
ridiculous.
Well, y'all
bro.
got to give me the time that's convenient for y'all. I'm flexible, right?
I'm
Um,
open all day, sis. My store
Cause
stay
it's
open.
like you know how many times I planned something. Okay, we're gonna have a meeting. One was for like a podcast type of thing, film type of thing. People just they talk. Y'all talk a good game now. I don't know if y'all going flake out, but some don't show. Some come late. Some say, oh, they forgot. So
That was
I
Man,
don't
me.
have a
I blame
mind. I don't
myself.
have a problem getting the Zoom meeting going for a event session. You get 40 minutes because I'm on the free plan. I ain't paying for shit. I
We
pay for
take
my
40 at a
Wi-Fi.
time. They owe us
We can
40,
have
don't they?
40-minute vid sessions if you want. I don't really do group chats, and I think Zoom meetings is people don't like to make. commitments when anything could happen, right? So I
Right.
could start a Discord, but then that'll get messy. If we know it's non-committal, it's 40 minutes on this day, we get to go in there, we'll roast, we'll vent, and then we go about our day afterward. There's no commitment, nothing to
Correct.
sign. You don't have to
Correct.
check messages every 5 minutes because your notifications is going off. No, they ought to know. That's
Why he
wrong.
did?
You can't put that in the chat. I'm telling. I gotta tell now. I don't even know she watched my channel. Like Halo probably in the hallway and we don't know.
Damn. They got Halo? God damn it. We
He
gotta
be
go get
going there.
Halo.
He be going there.
Yeah, we need her up in there to roast. She gonna be roasting
Go ahead,
for
Deota.
7
Why
days.
shouldn't we tell Sister Halo
We gotta
about
go
the
get her.
40 minutes?
Oh no, cause like I don't know what's happening. Like, cause I ain't know they had knocked you off. Like, so I don't know what's happening. Yeah. So I blame Halo for being MIA, but don't tell Halo, please, y'all. Please don't tell her.
He
Nah,
back
Wait,
we
in
I
that.
gonna
don't know if
need
He
the
I
back in
anchor.
that
understood
rack.
that correctly.
We gonna need that
You've been
anchor.
MIA, but you don't want me to tell Halo, and you've been MIA because you didn't want to know what was going on. What do I have wrong?
No. I did. It's her fault why I'm MIA. So just blame her. Cause I ain't know that what happened with Afro Elite yesterday. I ain't know what happened with Chief yesterday. So just blame her because I didn't know. But don't tell her because yeah. So thank
Are
y'all,
you
family,
low
for
key snitching? Because Halo was missing for a little while yesterday. Are you snitching on y'all?
Yep.
You just look at his profile picture. He over there like a kid in the candy store. Ah,
Muddy got a lot of woman.
don't
That's
say. And he
man.
laughing too. But no, it's really horrible that they bring the lies down and stuff like that. Do you know how many lies I passed that say FBA? Now, sometimes people be surprised when they see me in the room. They be like, BX, you don't come out your corner. That's because when I got on this app and started on the spiritual side, I wound up in the Pan African Live, and then I started identifying as FBA because I realized that I had to pick a side. And so I went at them first, but after a while, it's like they played in my face. They never talk like that to me in real life. I'm not here for this bullshit. So I don't go in many spaces.
Mm,
Well, BX, that's cool. You stay at home and get the grease going. I'm riding around. What's up?
man, I tell
So
y'all
my
what.
whole thing is this.
Yeah.
We got platforms that need attention. We have platforms that need support. Why am I going over there giving them the shine? They either can't understand what I'm saying or need the drama, the likes, the clicks, and the views that we could bring them.
Right.
We're still going to get ours whether they show up on our side or not. I'm not going to, and they be like, don't get your blood pressure raised, BX. And you know what? They right. Me going in them Pan African lives, not being able to hem them up, by the neck against the wall, like, what the is you talking about? Yeah, that's going to raise my pressure. So I don't even go in rooms. People will be like, BX be telling us don't go in there and BX was right. You know what happened, BX? And that's not to say I told you so, but I got a threshold. We all have a threshold. Now, some of us like to debate. I don't like to debate because I ain't never. Now, white tea people do say some crazy shit, but we expect it from them. But to hear melanated people talking about our ancestors like that, and I can't do nothing about it because
That's
it's on the app. I'm not. It's not worth a debate for me. It's just I don't get no kicks out of that going in their room. So there's
BX.
been a couple of lives.
BX. That's what I want you to do. Just chill. Let me and a couple of the guys ride around in the old school car, and we gonna
Yeah, but
ride
you
through
know
they
what?
set.
I still get caught up running
I
behind
don't give a
y'all. Wait,
goddamn
little
shit.
brother, wait.
I'm
Let me
riding through
tell
they
you.
set.
You
What's
know,
happening?
you know what? Oh
She from the
God,
BA.
now TikTok is a set. Listen, I get tripped up because there's some brothers who I just have to hear debate, right? So if I'm thinking they in a friendly page, right? And I fall into the room and they in some wild, wild West Pan African or African live, then I'm pissed, right? But I got to stay there and talk my shit. But people get surprised. So I do pass a lot of pages that say a lot of crazy shit. And I'd be like, do I want to take on this challenge today? And then some days I want to take on the challenge,
Yeah.
but those days are far and
Yes.
few between.
Yes,
And so
sis.
why I'm bringing that up is because the Latinos need to learn the same thing, and we don't
Yes.
even be talking about them a lot unless it's about hip hop. Let's be for real.
Yes. Yes. You're
We
right,
are not
sis.
obligated to like Bad Bunny.
Like say, sis. I just got need a couple, maybe one guy with me, and we could ride through they set while y'all over there cooking. Hey, homie, keep it cool. You know what I mean? That's what I'm on.
Okay, y'all go ahead.
I
That's
mean,
why I
yeah, I
stay in
ain't
the
got no
chat on
problem riding.
Dynasty Live so he could roast. Y'all like to roast and cut up. And then you got really vulgar the other night. I was like, oh, I'm leaving. This is weird.
Hey, it is what it is.
But I hear the Queen roaster is live, and I might have to go tell on Deoda. But go ahead. Chief looked like he. Oh, Chief came back. But Chief, is that all before we move to Deoda and then FBA prime time?
Yeah, that's all I had to say.
Okay, look, Chief, did you read my prompt? Destroying the narrative of Tetherville. Because you and Black American, y'all love putting up Tetherville on y'all prompts.
Yeah, I mean, I think he saw last night a little bit of Tetherville. There was a few New Yorkers in there, Puerto Rican. They were saying that they could say the N word and all that kind of crazy shit. So, you know.
That shit is weird. It's crazy. I was trying to figure out the timeline for that mess there. Because in the 80s, they couldn't say that word. They literally couldn't. I'm going to give it to the 90s, too. But by the time I started having children was the 90s. But by then, the word was just coming into use, right? Because I remember I did have Latino friends. Sadly, they did pass away. But we had open, honest discussions, right? And around that time, they were introducing the word or the terms Latino and Hispanic, and African American was becoming kind of popular. And they said, well, what do you want to be called? You know, are you African American? I said, oh, I'm 100% Black. So we had these talks. And I said, well, I never heard you say the N word. You know, what do you think about that? And they was like, I don't have no desire to say that word. You know, my mother raised me better than that. But I think it's a generation that along with me, that birthed the ones that are saying the N word. I got to say that. And then with the 1990s hip hop scene, when Puerto Ricans were allowed to rap like that, like they were kind of taken seriously, I guess. I don't think Fat Joe was ever taken seriously. Did Big Pun ever say the N word? I don't even think he said the N word, but I don't know. But around that time, when they was becoming popular and N word this, N word that, N word this. So there was a certain time in New York where they knew they damn sure couldn't say the N word. But I think as time went on, it kind of, some people say, no, you can't say it. And then you got the other ones that be like, yeah, he could say it. We grew up together. When I first ran into a panel on, and I don't see those brothers up no more. One man is from Brooklyn. He identifies as indigenous. And we were talking, and I think somebody said the N word. And I was like, you can't say that word. And he was like, yes, he can. Yes, they can. And me
Wow.
and him literally went at it. And he from Brooklyn, I'm from the Bronx. But then I was like, you know, and then we kind of like, you know what, we're gonna have to agree to disagree. So you'll find some New Yorkers that's just like, don't say that word. And then you know what I tell Latinos that say the word, I said, listen, your Black friend may tell you it's okay, but your Black friend ain't every Black person. So you better be careful
You for
who
real.
you say that around. Yeah,
Bring him to
so
the
Real.
they
Midwest and
crazy
see if
with
he
that
say
word.
that word.
Yeah.
Bring him to the Midwest.
Bring that down south. Come on.
Word.
They having a hard time leaving the state. You know that? I ran on a post, right? I ran up on a post. And they was like, where's the Southern hospitality and stuff? And I'm looking at the names and the complexions and whatnot. And I'm like, the motherfuckers don't think's gonna go down there and say a lot of stuff
Mm-mm.
that they probably be getting a pass for elsewhere. And they're not getting that pass. They're literally not getting that pass. And they were over there damn near crying on this post. And I was over there smirking like, thank you, cousins. Because God damn it. But I think for the most part, and because they'll say it was the Caribbeans and Africans cosplaying us giving out the N-word pass, that I could believe too.
Ooh,
Um,
I never thought
yeah.
about that. And that's something I never even thought. I never even put it in that way, in that perspective, as far as it being those tethers giving out that pass. You know what I'm saying? Acting as us, cosplaying as us, giving out that pass. I never even really even put that together. So that's crazy.
Funny you
I
And you know
say
like
what
that.
they
this.
gave them a pass to too? They gave them a pass to wear braids. Let me tell you something. I had to be about 16, 17, and there was the, the poor white tea people. So there was a poor white tea teen, right? And she came out there hair, I don't want to say lace, braided, freshly braided and stuff. And I was like, ew, why she got her hair like that? And the guy who was Jamaican was like, oh, I like that. That's kind of sexy.
Oh,
It worked.
Hey, Slim, I'm in the shop. We segregated. We top 3 segregated city.
oh yeah,
Man, when we come in contact with them, either we trying to ROB them, you know what I mean?
yeah.
We on that. You see what I'm saying,
That's
gang?
ridiculous, man. Man, listen, I just, man, that needs to be a way that we can sit up here and neutralize these goddamn tethers, man. Because yesterday, that affected me some type of way because I never experienced that in real time like
I think we need podcasts that they can't bring down and that we could have the open, honest discussion. I fall short of saying debate because I do good in the first 3 minutes, but then I'm like, what the fuck is, they don't understand. I don't use big, I'm not TI. I don't say expeditiously and shit.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Um, it's just common sense to me, a lot of things that we are saying. And I know they know why. And I always say, y'all, them caucuses.
Hmm.
Those caucuses prove that they know what we're saying. And so it's like talking to a hard-headed child. And I can't do hard-headedness.
Well, BX, you be cooking, you be doing your thing. You know what I mean? I just,
Yeah.
and then, if you got to take your OG status and sit back and let Toy and them cook, and where Wolf, I ain't heard from Wolfie in a couple of days.
Wolfie, I just seen Wolfie earlier. She was online.
Okay,
She is.
okay, I just ain't heard from my
But don't
sister.
forget, Wolfie, she works a demanding job. Sometimes she got to be in the community and stuff. She has a
Okay,
lot of
okay,
needs.
that's cool. I know, cause I seen Keita yesterday, and that's Keita be cooking. You know what I mean? It's a group of y'all, that we can go ahead and we can get some y'all orchestrate it, and we gonna back the move.
Yeah. So, Yoda, you got something to say besides don't snitch on you?
Yes. Stop
What?
snitching. MO 2026.
Hey, they don't call it snitching; they call it telling the truth, bro. Ain't they ain't snitching no more? They telling the truth.
Boy, I remember that stretch, boy, when they had those stop snitching shirts out, boy, back in the days. I remember that. Like,
Yeah,
I remember that. That was a whole stretch, like, stop
Jesse
snitching.
Jackson, bitch ass.
Look, excuse me, got a frog all in my throat. Hello. I'm trying to stop us from misinformation and HATE, and there you go.
Mm.
Sorry. FBA prime time. You cool? You cool, nephew?
Oh yeah. Can you hear me?
What's up?
Can y'all hear me?
You're kind of low.
Hold on,
Good
hold on.
morning, Black Love.
Can you hear me now?
Malik
Is it better?
laughing.
Yeah, you low, brother.
Yeah, prime time. You sound
Yeah,
like you in the
I had to take off
mountains.
the headphones. But yeah, I'm kicking back being cool.
No doubt. Prime time, me and you been cooking since yesterday.
Uh-oh. You
Yeah, we've
taking a
been on
break?
last night. We've been on what, like 2, 3 panels?
Man, shit. Got kicked off this one, got kicked off that one. Spot got
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
so
y'all.
y'all
I want to
knuckles,
say thank
y'all
you for the
knuckles
gift
bloody.
call. If y'all have it in
Yeah.
your heart, go ahead and
Hell,
get
we
that
all
piano
know each other
list.
on the panel. They
Yeah.
order Chief, what's up, Chief? They order, what's up? BX, it's always nice to talk to you,
Prom, you
Auntie.
ain't hear me? You straight, brother?
Nice to
Man, have
talk
my
to you
peoples.
too.
Prom, you ain't hear me?
Yeah.
You straight, prom?
What's up? Yeah, I'm cool.
I
Man,
said,
what's
you
going on?
straight, bro?
He don't want us snitching on Halo. I mean, snitching on him. I said on Halo.
Halo gonna ride. That's one
Hey
thing about
man,
Halo. She gonna ride.
I don't like the drama. You know, you tell me something, you told me, I'm gonna keep it to myself. I ain't doing all that.
Halo gonna ride. Hey, Halo, put this in your drawers. She gonna put that
Oh, come
motherfucker in
on.
there.
Nah, they had me laughing the other day, man. I was like, this nigga about to goddamn set up a whole fade.
Why? What
Oh yeah,
happened?
I was trying to. No, okay, so
This nigga trying to
folks,
set up a whole fade. I'm like, what the fuck?
before, yeah, because it was who was it? His name something like Rashad 007. So the host, Nia Love, if y'all, that's a good sister. Um, she was just having the conversation. You know, the same shit we have is surrounding surrounding the Mexicans. Remember, all Latinos are Mexicans. Surrounding the Mexicans, and so like this person who's supposed to be of the lineage, because like all I did was type was I'm not Gullah or Geechee, so I find this conversation funny how we able to recognize these things through our Gullah Geechee Creole cousins and shit, right? So he just came out of nowhere with just like, oh, then what are you? If you're not Gullah Geechee or Gullah or Geechee, then what are you? Like, bitch, I'm a straight up Negro. The fuck is you talking about? So then that's why I was like, bro, let me up on the stage. Because, bitch, I address shit. Let me up on the stage. So then he tried to go at me for that. I said, bro, you centering yourself because right now you all you had to do was say, hey, I'm in the wrong. I apologize. Then then he started centering himself again when I was going at the Hebrew Israelite, cause y'all know I don't fuck with that Hebrew Israelite shit. Like that's some nonsense. Not shout out to the Hebrew Israelite brothers, because I know they be doing some good work sometimes. But as far as that 12 tribe of Judah, I don't subscribe to the 12 tribe of Judah. That's Pan African, Pan American talk right there. So it's like I was going in on him. And then folks tried to make it seem like I was going in on him. I'm like, bitch, I ain't even addressing you. I'm addressing the Hebrew Israelite nigga. Like, so it's just weird shit being happening, man. That's why I went MIA. That's why I didn't know what was happening with Chief or Afro Elite yesterday.
Hold on. What happened with Chief and Afro Elite?
Man,
See, that's what I'm
man, they,
saying.
man,
What made you on Chief?
man, you'd have been mad.
Hey, he's reported.
You'd have been mad yesterday, brother. I promise you'd have been mad. You hear me? Like for real, you'd have
What
been
the
mad,
fuck
brother.
going
I know I,
on?
man, it's just ridiculous. Like I said, we can't it's just amazing that we can't do the things to them that they do to us. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't, and when I'm saying we can't, it's just like we're not on no hating type shit like that. We're not about to sit up here, like I say, as a bunch of roaches get in one place and say, hey, let's go over here and do this to antagonize something or hinder something. You know, listen, you do what you do over here, and that's cool because we know the shit ain't gonna work. You feel me? And we're gonna do what we do. That's the way we are. We're gonna let you do what you do, and we're gonna let it be. I don't like I say, I just can't imagine a group of FBAs sitting up here plotting and getting together and be like, hey, let's go and mass report this. You hear me? I just can't imagine that. Because
Right. Word.
that's some coward shit. That's scary shit. You know, I can't imagine that. Like I said, we got too much we doing right now. It's too much work to be going on. We got families we taking care of, all type of stuff.
You know,
And that
might be
further,
eating off the land, whatever, however.
yeah,
But to
and
go
that
over there
further.
and say we gonna mass deport him, man, please.
So,
Yeah.
wait. Let me say this to FBA Prime Time. So, if you didn't realize what they're saying, Afro Lee and Chief Slide was brought down yesterday due to mass reporting. Yesterday, I don't remember. Chief does a myriad of topics, but yesterday, Afro Lee was talking about Bad Bunny. So there were a lot of Latinos in there screaming that we were being HATE-ful to them. And Chief, what was your live about?
Bad Bunny, same thing. It was a Cuban lady that came in my thing talking about oh, you're spreading division, I'm reporting you, and all this shit. So it was a lot of Hispanics in there talking crazy yesterday. So
Yes, it was.
they don't like being checked. They don't like being
Yes, it
checked.
was. You ain't lying, Chief. Cause that broad,
Damn.
I got on her ass. You're ugly. You're ugly, bitch. Don't give a
Oh, I
fuck. I
think I
got
was
my my
there.
my fiance
Damn, I
sitting in the
missed
room.
I missed the action. Damn.
But you
I would
was
have loved
over
that shit.
somewhere cooking. You and a little brother was chefing it up on other panels, so you were busy.
All I know, I
Well,
sleep with my fist
it,
balled up, sis. I don't know how. I whoop ass. If I ain't, my dog is in the fight. If I ain't got a fight, I'm looking for one.
That nigga said he gonna punch you down in his sleep. You heard me?
Yeah, he gonna be. He said, "Damn."
he said, I
I don't
But
sleep
want
we
with
that.
gonna
him.
call you little brother on Elm Street. We gonna call
You
him little
said,
brother
bro.
on Elm Street. You know,
That nigga-
like Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddie used to visit people in their dreams. We got little brother on Elm Street.
Whatever
But is
Boy,
street you
Halo
on, I
still
could be
live so
on
we
it.
could go roast? Unless y'all got something else to say.
Whatever
You see
street
my
they on,
prompt?
sis, I can be on that street. What's happening?
No,
I
prompt
got
was
you.
fire,
But Chief, you
actually.
good
Like,
though? How about you? Can you go live?
Huh?
Can Chief go live? Chief, can you go live?
Not on his main page or
Yeah,
his
yeah.
favorite
My
They
page.
lock
my
they
days
lock
got
Chief
taken
up.
down
that's
1 minute,
for a
ridiculous.
couple days.
little brother.
Yeah, you good,
Um,
Chief. Well, soon as you get back, I'm back in there.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
what
So,
is it? Wednesday? By this weekend, I'll be back.
Some shit like
mm-hmm.
that. I don't know.
So, Deodo, the prompt, I use Gemini for it. And you know, Black American and Chief Misbehavior, they always, one day I jumped on Black American Live and looked and said, oh shit, it was about welcome to Tazeville. Then other people have been saying New York isn't worth saving, which used to tick me off, but now I'm so frustrated. And so I got to destroy the narrative of New York. Well, I can't be. I gotta say it is terrified. It is terrified, y'all. But I know the factors that are holding us back from effectively combating it at this time. I got to give a shout out to U.S. Freeman's Project. They're doing good as far as reparations and securing senators, email campaigns, so on and so forth. But that whole immigrant built New York narrative has to stop. So, me, I'm gonna come up with destroying the narrative of Tetherville. I should have put in who built New York, but y'all get it. And so today I've highlighted the lovely Elizabeth Jennings Graham, born in 1827. She transitioned in 1901. She was 24 years old at the time and a school teacher when she was riding the Third Avenue Railroad or Railway, right? So she was riding a former New York City Transit. And due to discrimination and racial discrimination, they pulled her off of the train and she won a landmark case against them. And guess who popularized that case? Frederick Douglass,
Mm.
like brought attention to her case. And so she is foundational Black American. I gotta look where her roots are, if she had any roots in the South. Because we do know we had an enslaved population that was here, and then the Dutch came with captives. So all of those people was here. Is Sojourner Truth used to live here at one point in time. She used to live in the historical Weeksville. So my way to destroy the narrative of Tetherville and the whole immigrants built New York, or that Latinos in them were here and we waited for them for culture and to get civil rights or whatever mess they trying to do to latch on to reparations, is to tell an accurate history of New York. And so I'll do highlights like this, not only during National Black History Month, but I'll bring back my National Black American History 365, because our history doesn't last just for a month. So what I would do is pick people who were in the movement but not well known, and I would do little highlights. I've been resharing them from last year. So that's where I learned about Holy Week from. So you know how the tethers would tell us, well, they touched MLK, they touched Malcolm X, and y'all ain't do nothing. Well, I found out about Holy Week, that after they touched MLK, we tore them streets up. And there were some white tea people, according to the resources, out there with us, and we were targeting businesses and things like that when they did touch MLK, and I believe that was nationally. Nationally.
Hmm.
So
I
no,
think
we're
that
not
was an
some we're not some
insurance
fleeing
job,
peasants.
sis.
Huh?
I think that was an insurance job 'cause we burned Chicago. You know
Okay, you mean
the small hats. I think that was an insurance job for the IJ for them.
so wait a minute. Are you saying so you think that the people coming out was an insurance part on their behalf, but
Y-
for us it was about MLK being touched. Is that what I'm
They
hearing?
took advantage of the situation because I seen something similar when we did the George Floyd riot.
Uh-huh.
It's a
Absolutely.
gas station right by my house.
Let's say allegedly here,
Oh,
but I
I'm
get
sorry.
what you're
Okay,
saying.
allegedly, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
He had a vintage Corvette, a vintage car sitting right there. And I'm like, get this fucking car up out of here because you not finna make, cause we tearing shit up.
Hmm.
Get this car up out of here because he want to make the money off the car, but he want to do IJ on it. I'm not on, we ain't on that. Fuck F that car. Get this shit up out of here.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? You got to look at the business factor of when violence take off. You got to look at the business factor of it too.
Hmm.
Because guess what? If you sit here and pay insurance for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years, you never got no money back.
Mm.
Business,
Wow.
business. I watched my daddy. My daddy paid the house off 50 years, never had insurance claim, but paid every year, paid it up by the year. Never had a claim.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like that's crazy.
Never had a claim. No, look about it economically. Look at it business wise, economically.
That's
Mm.
crazy. I ain't even bro, like
Yeah,
y'all
that's
talking
what
about
Zoom
this
call.
stuff.
That's
This
what
is
Zoom
ridiculous.
call.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Just to think about that. You could be sitting up here and
Hey
paying
family, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta make this phone call.
for
All right, if
sure.
we're not here, I'll probably be in Halo's room or D's room or somebody's
All right,
room. I'll be
BX, get us
in
some
a
of them
safe
greens
space.
going and some of that catfish.
Mm.
Uh-huh. Okay. I cook whiting. You might have to have some whiting today.
I'll
Say
take the
whiting.
whiting. I'll take the whiting, but don't get it from the
Okay.
bodega.
No, no, not the bodega. I do go to the fish market. Now, if you a money man, you'll come up here and we'll go to City Island and all drinks and everything on you.
I'm trying to put it
We do
together. I'm
have
trying to
City
put it
Island, nothing
together,
but
sis.
seafood.
Give me time. Give me a little
Hmm.
time. Try and put it together now.
Yeah, we got to
Cause that
start doing. I want to
that
do
that
meet and
ain't the
greets,
only
but I
thing
got to
I'm
tell you,
bringing
I heard
back.
some horror stories. I heard some horror stories about the meet and greets, and people be having secret animosity for you in real life.
Hey,
I'm
sis,
like, huh?
that ain't the only thing I'm bringing back if I come up there.
What you bringing?
On
You
what
taking
y'all
the
got?
Latinos with you?
What y'all got?
We got some Latinos for you.
No, I don't want them.
Take them out to Chicago because I'm getting tired of
No,
it.
I don't want them.
I'm getting
What
tired
else
of it.
y'all got?
Hold on. People
Don't
really
bring
be
them
having these
down
meet
south.
about meet greets.
Well, I've heard of one with people from Twitter, but I ain't gonna say no name. And I heard of one with a lady from YouTube, and none of them turned out okay. There was some level of violence in both of them. So I'm just saying.
For real?
I
Oh
don't know
shit.
about the third one now. I don't know what's going to happen. The third one is a charm. Maybe people are getting along, but I ain't going to be there to find out. But y'all could stream it and I could be there. Hey, niece, hey, nephew. Hey, sister. Hey, brother. How y'all doing?
If the first one ain't working, the second one didn't work. I don't know if there's a third time charm. I don't know
Yeah,
nothing
I'm hesitant too. I'm hesitant to BX
about
because I'm hearing all these people used to be friends when that go on each other's neck now. They used to have each other number and all that. Now they going at each other's
Exactly.
neck. You know what I'm saying?
And let me tell you something. People don't have to have your number to call you. They could go right to Twitter. Twitter got a phone feature, or right to Instagram. Instagram has a phone feature. You don't even have to risk it using a Google number. Just go on over there to Twitter or Instagram and make your little call if you must call somebody. But we online all day. What you need to call me for?
Got voice notes on
Right.
here.
No,
The
on
voice chat
Twitter
with people.
and Instagram. There's a
That's what I'm
Discord.
saying.
You
They
can
got the
use the.
little voice note shit on here too. If you
Oh
really
yeah,
gotta
they
talk,
do.
you
They
know.
do. They do. They do. Because there've been a couple of people. BX, I need your number. You got an Instagram? And I'm so happy I did that because shortly afterwards, the people that was giving out the numbers and they all kiki and ha ha and on the phone, they were arguing with each other. And then next thing you know, people were like in court and stuff. So it gets real. And I never thought, I got to tell y'all this. TikTok is crowded to me now. It's really, really crowded. It's like I have nowhere to breathe, right? But now I'm starting to get a feeling of the old Facebook days, right? I never been involved in like Facebook beef, but I used to see some Facebook beef. And it's these long drawn out posts and they all cussing and telling their whole life story. And next thing you know, somebody pulls up on somebody and they fighting on live.
Mm.
Like I think that we're at an age where, and we're in a space and time where we don't need that distraction. Now, us banging on the tethers all day and stuff, that's fine. I'm not going to say that we won't bump heads once or twice because we are strong-willed people and we know how to stand on our square. But when you get down to doxing and digging through posts for pictures and shit, it's weird.
Yeah. Hey, listen. I accept, man. I'm willing to deal with our people with our bullheadedness because that's just the way we is. You got to look up our makeup. You got to look at our history. There's a reason we are the way we are. Even when we fight amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I do love is when we fight amongst each other, there's one thing. You know what I'm saying? If you come at one of us, one thing I do know it, man, BX, Tartar, and all them, boy, y'all get in that room, and all it takes is one word. Zip. Man, BX, she be zipping them up real quick. I be like, oh, Lord, here we go. Somebody just later done said something. Just like yesterday, BX, I was listening, and people kept saying, like, hold on now. Listen, don't get BX started. Don't do it. And it was just like, that lady said something, and she came in as if like she was just, okay, like she was understanding on both sides, but
Mhm.
she was caping. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? She was
yeah.
she was caping, and she got real disrespectful. She got real disrespectful. What was that? Santana? I remember her name. She got
Uh-huh.
real disrespectful. And I was like, oh, Lord, she said something. And people kept telling her, like, listen, don't be disrespectful or you going to set BX off. Soon as she said something, BX would zip, 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 zip. I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. I hate hearing BX get mad and argue. Because I've been listening to you for a minute, BX. For a real minute. I
Thank
really ain't
you.
said much to you. I've been listening to you. I'm like, oh Lord, I don't even want to hear her get mad. You know what I'm
Because
saying? I
it's
don't
just,
even want to hear it.
we gotta, I notice patterns, I notice consistent talking points. And so I do one or two things. I'm gonna pack you up real quick, or I'm gonna go and research your talking point to find out why you keep trying to give me that narrative. And then I'm gonna break you down that way. Or I might do both.
Mm.
Give you where you messed up at using just that talking point and then pack you up real quick. But I get frustrated when I know they're playing in my face. And sometimes when I'm quiet, I'm just waiting for the but because I've been doing this for too long. To me, it's like always a but. That to the point where when there's not a but, it's surprising that it's not a but, and I feel better, but I'm still leery about it. So there are times I just gotta pack people up real quick. I ain't got time to play. And see, Afro Elite, he likes to debate a little bit. So sometimes he do be getting mad at me, y'all. He don't say too much, but I be like, trust your moderators, please. Cause we just know, like he's not on this app as much as me, right? But I gotta understand his nature is to debate because he can bring home a debate, a point. He already debunked them in his mind. He allowing them to just go ahead and get it out for the audience to see how some of these people think. And I'm the type, right, that's just like, oh no, you doing too much. I already know that you don't mean, you know what I'm saying, that you really being a slick, disrespectful, passive aggressive, however you want to say it, and I'm gonna just pack you up. So sometimes I gotta literally walk away from my phone, but I know Afro Elite's already in that zone where I know already that he about to break their point down one by one. So yeah, it's a pretty cool dynamic, but I still have to get a little bit of my emotion under, how you call it, under check. Because at the end of the day, he does like to debate. What happened, Dred? Everybody's dropping, right? They're coming up and then they're dropping. There you go. You're not loading properly. What's going on? Okay. What happened, Dred?
I'm out walking the dog right now, so I don't know. I think I was like still halfway connected to the Wi-Fi, and it finally disconnected and I connected to like mobile. But yeah, Grand Rising,
Where you coming
everybody.
from? Hey, Grand Rising. Where you coming from? Halo Room?
No, I haven't been. I haven't been on the app this morning. Your room is the first room I'm visiting. Get some of the space. Yeah.
I told Dred I was about to block him. Him and Simon about to get blocked because they ain't been coming to my room lately. Yeah. But you see my prompt, Dred?
Destroying the narrative of Tetherville.
Look at it carefully. Yeah, there's a lot of talk. They saying New York ain't gonna make it. It ain't worth saving. It's Tetherville. It's Tetherfied. And I was a little frustrated, and I said, I don't know. I think maybe we could kick over the melting pot, but will we be able to recover? Then I said, you know what, BX? Get it together. We got to take this narrative back, right? We got to tell the story. So what I decided to do was look at influential foundational Black Americans from New York during all time periods, but more than likely the early years of New York, just to debunk the narrative that it was built by immigrants or that we needed to wait 300 years from us being documented here in order to get culture from the Caribbean and the Latino. Because I don't know where they're getting that from, or that we needed them so we could create what they say, hip hop, breakdancing, and graffiti. Like some things have got to change, and I was telling the fellas here that we lack power of media, right? So we'll have Charlemagne the God, but he's looking for donkey of the day. That's his concern, and he don't get it right. Joe Budden, he tries, but you gotta understand who he dates, and he may not feel like having the conversation because we saw. I think it was Afro Elite. He showed a piece of a podcast where he said, the slaves weren't immigrants, but now you trying to go into an FBA conversation or something like that. So there's nobody that's really out there besides Doggy Diamonds, as far as I know, and I don't know all the New York podcasters, right? So we need our voices because we know how to bring it home, right? And we know how to drag them or pack them up and ship them out. So yeah, we're lacking power of the media. But yesterday they got to see a little more nature of the Latinos when they feel really entitled, when they don't want to take responsibility for their own actions, or when they feel so emboldened that they think they are our parents and we migrated here and they raised us up. No. That's the other way around. We raised all these motherfuckers in there. We gave them some swag and some game. Who are they dressing like? Whose vernacular is all in their mouth? Whose slur is all in their mouth too, and they think it's okay to say that. But you ever say the S word and see the hurt in their eyes? So I don't understand why they gotta start doing better. But at this rate, what we found out is that while Puerto Ricans can't be deported, they can be like denaturalized. It's a certain term, and I just gotta remember what it is. Who you talking to, Deyoda?
He
What's
know
going on
Kim.
in that conversation? Who ain't
Uh,
accept your follow request?
he know
I
what
know
he know what he did. Yell at him, this BS.
Come
Yell
who,
at
on,
Greg.
him.
man.
Come on, man. Look, I can't find it, man. I'm gonna keep it real.
You know what you
Stop
got to
making
do,
excuses. I'm
Deyoda?
on your head.
You know what it is? I got about 300 people waiting for me to accept them. You got to take back your follow and then give it right back. So that way Drake could just go ahead. Because if he got to
Yeah.
look for it, he ain't going to look for it.
I'm not gonna
No,
see
that's
it.
what he said, and I keep doing that. He still can't
But
find
you
it.
got to
So,
tell him that you doing
yeah,
it.
that's why
So,
I've been on his head for
uh,
days. And every panel I catch him on, he know he.
You know what? Look. Do this right now. Like, click on on my box right now, and then see if it say that you
Oh
like
no, we ain't
follow.
doing that right now.
Does it say
We
follow?
gonna
Does it
figure it
say?
out at another date. But
yeah, that deserves a pause. When you say click on my box, right, that pause,
Oh yeah.
right?
Pause.
You meant to say click on my
Pause.
profile picture right now.
Yeah. No diddy.
Yeah. No Epstein, no Epstein, no
Yeah.
Epstein.
No, both of them. You know what I'm
Right. None of the Steam did. The Steam did it, did.
saying?
Did he do it? Did he didn't do it? I don't know.
Right. Yeah. But
and then
yeah,
I hate how they trying to
No
make
Bill
Diddy the
Clinton.
face of like yeah, that's a freaked out Negro. He deserves to be in prison, but he didn't rape nobody or grape nobody. My fault, BS. He ain't grape nobody. Those were willing
Y'all go ahead and
participants.
drop
He's
them
just a
grapes.
freaked out Negro.
Just don't count. Put F1. Drop some grapes or something. Go ahead.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
But now I agree with you. That's why they had to drop a
Thank
lot of
you.
those charges because a lot of those people were willingly just going in there and being freaked out. You know what I'm saying? They dropped most of the charges against him because of that. When the people were coming up to testify, what I'm saying, they had the text messages, they had all the evidence showing that these people were like, I can't wait to get freaked out. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. That's why they dropped most of those charges.
yeah. I just hate how the narrative is like something like, oh, Diddy the face of all. Like, no, they dropped most. He's just the freaked out Negro. That's it. He's doing his time. Leave him alone. Get on his head about all the other bull crap he's a part of. But what I really want to say was, I don't think it's imperative to inform talks about like New York can't be saved because no, that's still our land. And why are we saying we giving up our land like we ain't big dog Americans? What the like? Come on now. I'm not giving up Florida. I don't care how many of these Bohemians, these Haitians, these Mexicans moving in here. No, I'm not giving up my ancestral land. This is my shit. But that's it.
Thank you, Yoda. I'm gonna let those words marinate. We do have bones buried in the soil. And so I wanted to relay a story, and then we could get ready to get up out of here and go move around. I'm sure there's some other rooms. And hosting is kind of hard, right? Well, it's not really hard, but it's tasking. That's why I got an echo chamber. But one of the grave sites that they found of the ancestors came because there were two white tea men doing some scaffolding or something on the side of a building. One fell off. He didn't make it. But the place where he fell, they examined it, and there were our ancestors in an unmarked grave. So when the ancestors are shaking stuff up, because they tired of being hidden and they want to be found, or they tired of people just walking all over them willy nilly, and they tired of the tethers and all that stuff too. They start getting stuff rattling and rolling. The man literally fell into our ancestors' gravesite. I think Trump is a product of the ancestors being tired because I never would think any president within my lifetime would clarify or try to have the clarification of the 14th Amendment and then boldly say that it's being abused, right?
You know,
So,
I don't think nobody believed that this would go on in today's time. So,
right.
so I look at it. So I look at it like this. It's a sign that our people need to really delineate. I think it's a time of reflection for our community. Why do we feel the need, or other people feel the need, that it's our duty to go out here and protest against a bunch of immigrants who really don't benefit the black Americans? Y'all ain't doing nothing for black people. Hell, y'all never really did nothing for black people. We did something for you. So at the end of the day, it's just a time of self-reflection. If we talking about black unity, well, black unity starts at home. It starts with ourselves first. And when those people in those other lands who are melanated get their shit together, just maybe, we can talk about having some type of allyship. They gotta be built on respect. And I'm laying
Yeah,
right there.
thank you. I honestly think so in New York, right? We're segregated, but there were people by my generation who were in our community, right? In our proximity. And that was the Caribbean, most specifically the Jamaicans, right? And the Latinos. But I socialized the most with the Caribbeans. And so although I know like a lot about them. This still wasn't on my bingo card because I would never think to go to CARICOM and be like, you gotta put me on the claim, you gotta put me on the claim. You know, show up to their hearings, kind of sabotage it. Or feel that I have enough expertise to sit on there and act like I'm one of them and say we us out, right? But I think for the most part, what is disappointing is they don't understand that if they truly wanted to beat white supremacy the way they say they will, do want to, and the Africans ain't included in nothing I'm about to talk about, they would go after the rightful government, get what they're going to get, and then when we get, well, we might get it first. When we get what we're going to get, then we ally together and support each other, and therefore lock out these other demographics. But they ain't doing that. They so greedy. They in New York hosting lives and forums about us under the guise of being Pan-African, but everything is FBA this, FBA is that. They need two checks because the bricks travel from this place of the globe to where New York is and all this other shit. And one was by ethnic saying, so I'm going to get two checks, right? Just the pure greed of it all. If you here and you live here and you do have lineage ties here, how did the Caribbean harm you, ma'am? Like, you even shitting on the Caribbean. Let them people have a little extra in the pot. Put your shit in the pot. You know we gonna work here together anyway, but that's just me. And you know y'all may not even agree with me. But that's how I would do. But anyway, the point of my contention is they should go after the rightful government. And if they were reliable in 100, I would just say, let's, do some business together. But I don't even want to do business with them. I think it's hopeless. And if I go throughout their period being able to migrate here in the manner that they have, and I'm talking about right after our civil rights movements, when they were locking us out of home ownership, right? So we do know, I say you can have individual friends who are these other ethnic groups, but you got to have some cultural boundaries. It got to be a whole lot of cultural respect, and you got to know collectively their people ain't for you. So when you looking for your friend in that government, you ain't gonna find them there. And that's where I'm at with it. As far as New York, I love me some New York. Everything I do, I kind of put New York in the name or BX in the name, because I'm an urban fiction writer, so I have books that's like Living on the New York Hustler and stuff like that. And shameless plug there, found on Amazon, 3-book series type shit, right? By Empress Simone, let me say that. But for the most part, there's a lot of beautiful history here. It's not just the hood here, right? Sister Keisha, Thorough Black Talk Worldview, tells us about Crown Heights when it was called Crow Heights out of a disrespect to the doctors and stuff that was in that area. Now today it's they told me Caribbean, but I believe in 2009, one part was like Black American and Caribbean, maybe a little Spanish sprinkled in, and then the other side of it was the small hats. I went down there recently to get a tattoo with my son, maybe during the pandemic with my oldest son to get tattoos in that area. The area had changed, but what I did notice is the small hats have a mobile police unit. And you could tell that mobile police unit was there to protect them. But when I think about, my stint in the projects and stuff, or when I go through certain areas and they got the big police mobile vans out there, I think some got like a crane with a headlight on the top of the crane or some mess, a spotlight, right? They're there to criminalize us, see what we're doing, if maybe even send the undercover to do hand to hand. So they criminalize us, but they help these other demographics. But despite all of that, New York is worth saving because what? We have ancestors in these grounds. We have all Black towns that are being preserved. Is the word replicated and then preserved because part of it needed some touching up. We have landmarks that my ancestors are personally attached to, right? In Brooklyn. So my cousins went to visit, and I'm like, really? I ain't going over there to visit shit and like cut the check. And this was years before the delineation movement. I think ADOS was just coming to my attention, and shortly after was Tariq. But yeah, so New York has a beautiful history, much like Philly. But for some reason, I think New Yorkers are under a spell, and that spell is Pan Africanism, along with if you're sleeping with them, then you gotta take up for them and you can't call them out. It gotta be that, y'all. Gotta be that, because I don't know what else the fuck it could be. Y'all can't tell me they don't realize what's going on. Well, some
We
may
know
not realize.
we know they know what's going on.
Yeah.
You hear me? Hey, look, another thing I want to tell you too, sister. I want to let this be known to everybody. Y'all sitting up here and thinking because the way we doing this empowerment thing, y'all thinking this is about money with us. This is not about money. Yeah, it's about money. It's about our reparations. It's about our money. But let me tell y'all something. We got a rich history of a lot of our people literally sitting up here putting in this work and not really getting properly compensated for it. You feeling what I'm saying? We done had elders that done set up here and laid up there and gave their whole lives to giving us the information and literally being, what I'm saying, just going away, unaliving away, you know what I'm saying? Broke,
Hmm.
you know. And so, like I say, all y'all sitting up here and talking about this is a scam, this is a grift. Listen, when it's about true empowerment, there's no money in true empowerment. It may look fly the way we doing it, the way the family doing it, but there's no money in this. You feeling what I'm saying? I just want to say that also because I was on a panel before and I heard somebody say that talking about this is a grift. People only doing this for money. There's no money in it when it's about real empowerment. Yeah, you got your grifters in the community, but I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the real riders. The way we see our brother Flex doing it, that's a businessman. You see what I'm saying? So, and he's bringing people up with him. I want y'all to know that. Keep that in mind, y'all. Whoever out there, listen, I'm not talking to the people on the panel because I know y'all know. Y'all understand this. It ain't no real money in, you know what I'm saying, sitting up here and talking about real empowerment. Because they're going to try to shut you down every chance you get. I.e., there was a couple of examples yesterday, right? You
Yeah.
see? Yeah, so I just
Can
wanted to
y'all
put that
power
out there
tap
as
the
well.
screen for me as we're closing down, guys? And at least, the one that says 73 out of 100, they cost a coin. If y'all could get me closer to my gift goal, I'll appreciate it. But I'm gonna let you land. But let me tell you this, Slim. I was on a panel and a young lady, well, a lady, I can't tell if she was an elder or not, brought up the fact that a Tuskegee Airman was robbed of his money and he transitioned without it. So I believe he wasn't in this country,
Wow.
and he had somebody else was taking care of him, and they were in charge of his finance. I don't have the whole story, but if y'all see Sister Wani and y'all feel comfortable enough, ask her, because I was sitting on the panel with her when they told her the story, and come to find out the lady allegedly was a Caribbean. So I don't really know the intricate details, but one of our Tuskegee Airmen, he was in someone else's care when they robbed him for his money, and he transitioned
That's
broke.
That
great.
sounds on par for the subject. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. They do not treat our elders properly, and a lot of Caribbean people come up from scamming in this country, and they look down their nose at us. Um, I I ain't gonna say nothing, but they do scam their way to the top. I ain't
Mm.
gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. I just wanted the people to know out there for all you idiots, you seeing eye Negroes that sit up here and think somebody's just sitting up here doing this just because of the glamour or just for money. There's no real money if you're talking about real empowerment for for black people, foundational black Americans. There's no money in that. They're gonna make sure it ain't no profit in it. They're gonna make sure of that. Like I said, just so happened we got our brother up here, you know what I'm saying? He's a hell of a businessman doing what he's doing and he able to make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just want the people to know that. So get off that whole grifter shit. We ain't grifting over here. Our people over here, like I say, I don't believe BX. You sitting up here, you on TikTok, sitting up here and doing this to make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Making sure the people you standing on lineage business. You know, I don't think you dig. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? The black America. You know what I'm saying? I don't think if he's literally and truly about, you know what I'm saying, the business of the people, I don't think he worrying about sitting up here and making a profit off of what's going on with his lives. FBA Prime, same thing. You see what I'm saying? Straight up and down. And so I'm just letting that be known. Y'all get off that bullshit thinking that this is some type of fad that we on right now. And y'all think because of people making a couple of coins on some goddamn TikTok like this is something. No, it may look fly and it may be cool the way people doing it, but there's no money in this. People got real lives, but people still fighting out here. That's why I appreciate you, BX. I promise you. That's why I appreciate you so much,
Thank you.
Jeremy.
I
Thank you.
appreciate you too. Yep, I appreciate all y'all kind words and support. I really do. There's been times I've been on the panel, thought I was by myself up there, and I look in the comments and there y'all go,
Oh yeah.
giving me encouragement. Yeah. Dread, you have any closing words? He's walking the doggy, so FBA prime time.
I'm about
Oh, there he
to,
go.
I hit the wrong button. I didn't unmute. But dig to the brother's point. When people say it's a grift, this, that, and the third, we know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it real. I think a lot of it is projecting. A lot of them saying it's a grift, it's a grift, FBA is a grift. They are projecting. And not only that, some of them, I was listening to a live last night, some of them think that asking for or fighting for reparations is a grift. It was a panel that I was listening to. I think this lady's Caribbean. She's from Florida. She lives in Georgia now. And I think she's Caribbean. She say that she's Black American, but there's absolutely no way. She lets people talk about reparations as us begging the YT man, and she doesn't believe in reparations. I mean, if you just get out and do the work and this, that, and the third. So some people they see reparations as a grift. You know what I'm saying? Now, when they talk about individual people, they talk who they talk about. They talking about one person, and they pocket watching. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, when I go into these Pan African rooms, they be making it rain on the most ignorant, self-loathing BS that some of these Black American Pan Africanists say about our own people. You know, they be making it rain on them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I blocked most of those rooms. I'm talking about like rooms like, you know, I ain't gonna say no names because, you know, this might go up on the YouTube, but yeah, they be in there making it rain for people who are self-loathing and who denigrate our own ethnic group. So I don't want to hear it. They be projecting, and also these people think that reparations is begging the YT man that we just need to whack high that. So when they talking about money, man, they just pocket watching because they jealous. They wish that they could scam their way into some of this money, which is why a lot of them put FBA in their names now. You'll see a whole African, a whole Caribbean person with FBA in their names. You see them getting on these panels lying and saying they're bi-ethnic, and then you get to questioning them. They can't answer the questions. You get to asking them their perspective on certain things, and everything is anti-Black American. They don't have no type of Black American accent. They have that generic. It's this one young lady, Adonis, was on the panel with her. She said she's Haitian, and then somebody did some digging. Her father's Guyanese, but she claims I'm African American. And you talk about grifters. That's a grifter. Somebody who's coming on these panels and being an agent and pretending to be of our lineage. That's a grifter, because you know, all the other Caribbeans and this, that, and the third, they're gifting this person. They're making it rain on this person because to them it's a Black American that is speaking out against FBA, speaking out against delineation, speaking out against our ethnic group overall, and being completely inflammatory in the things that she say about our ethnic group. And she's not even us, but she lies and says, I'm African American, I'm African American, I'm African American. And then she finally said, well, actually, I was adopted. I never met my mother. I just met my father. He's Guyanese, and I was adopted by a Black American family. So I still deserve reparations because
No, the fuck she don't. What's going on?
I swear this is what she said. This is what she said. And her story.
Who is this?
Fine.
She ain't gonna say the name he put in the
Might
back
go up
channel.
on YouTube, but I'll hit you in the back channel. No Diddy, no Epstein. So dig this. So this is what's happening. These people are pretending to be us and using it as a way to get coins, get social media recognition, and pretending to be us. So they think that we are grifters the way they are. They are projecting onto us. You know what I'm saying? So every time you hear them say that we're grifters and all that, these are pocket watchers that are most likely wishing that they could get in on something that we ain't even doing. We ain't grifting. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it real with you. The most important part of this delineation movement is protecting the legacy of our history and our culture. That's the most important part. Now, the delineation movement, it also can be paired, you know, with the reparations movement. However, these are two different parts of our movement as foundational Black Americans. I'm gonna keep it real. These people, they wish that they could be us, so that they could use it as a scam, and that's why they projecting. And I'm gonna go ahead and land there because I'm getting long winded. But yeah, I'll hit y'all on the back end if y'all really want to know who this person is. But Adonis has some videos conversing with her. It's a young lady, and she is from New York. She is from New York, and you know, unfortunately,
I probably ran into her before.
yeah. And let me tell you this. She's so phony. She met a brother who has an organization that is doing things in the community. She met him at the Juneteenth parade. She was there. She met him, and then last night or the night before? I can't remember. All these days, kind of. She was on the panel saying foundational Black Americans don't have any organizations. They're not in the streets, and they're doing nothing for the community. They do nothing outside of TikTok. And he said, hold on, I met you, young lady. I met you at the Juneteenth parade, or at some sort of like parade or something in New York. And he said we talked for a long time about different things that we're doing in our respective communities. And so you're getting up here being disingenuous and lying and saying that we don't do nothing. He said, you know fully well, we talked for like 50 minutes. And she just kept, well, I can't remember. I met a lot of people that day. I met so many people that day. He said, we talked for all that time. He said, I recognize you. I know you. But to get on this app and pretend that foundational Black Americans are not about our lineage, not about the work, and not about going out to the community and helping our community, that's another part of their grift, is pretending that everything is online and that we are not doing anything for our people. And it's another cosplayer that's on here that is always talking about, well, what are you doing in the community? And that person isn't Black American either, because she's always speaking against our people. But one thing I want to say is that in New York, I think if you see foundational Black Americans in New York and they're fighting the good fight, you got Sister Brooke, you got BX, you got a couple other people. I think Marshall, foundational American, he's a New Yorker. When you see New Yorkers that are fighting the good fight, this is akin to our people down in the South during segregation, still fighting, because it's an uphill battle when you're surrounded by the power structure of being of different ethnic groups or different racial categories. And having the loudest voices in the room be of a completely different race or ethnic group. So our New York family are fighting that fight behind enemy lines, the way that our people were in the South during segregation, during Jim Crow. So if you want to see the spirit of the ancestors, look at our FBA sisters and brothers in New York. Because I'm gonna keep it real with you, y'all got an uphill battle. It is an uphill battle. Y'all got the numbers, but the voices of those other people are magnified over yours. And so, I always give y'all props for continuing the fight behind enemy lines. And I'm gonna go ahead and land there.
That's facts. Y'all behind enemy lines, man.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's so messed up, because we should have home court advantage.
Yeah.
We need more media and more support of those who have podcasts. For now, the only name I have that's truly standing on lineage business I got two names. Sorry, I don't even know how I could forget this sister. So there's Sister Keisha of Thorough Black Talk Worldview on YouTube, and she come in the chat room sometimes, and she be like, "Y'all better cut it out, don't bother BX." She's Sister Keisha, and Doggy Diamonds, is more of the he combats like Fat Joe narratives and things like that. Fat Joe's still trying to bother him, get some shine, but you know what I heard yesterday, and I act like I just said I can't. Not today. I can't go into it. So the hip hop museum that they're putting here is basically going to honor Fat Joe.
Wait,
Who's
what?
co-signing
Say
this
that
shit?
again.
I
What?
think it's some Latinos.
That's insane.
I got to do some digging. Y'all.
I'm trying to figure out who be co-signing this shit in New York. Like, what happened to niggas just going in there and just breaking they shit up, fucking they shit up?
Well, the elders that would do it are older than me, and I'm 51, right? I don't know. I think the generation that I birthed and younger, so you would think early 30s to into their 20s. I think they're the generation that's like disconnected from the South, right? Because I stopped going to the South when I was 14. My grandmother was back in New York, and she was here. And then I went back to the South in 2016, but I only stayed for a year with one of my children. So my older children didn't get to connect to the South like that. Do they understand that they have roots in the South? Yes. But I think that generation is more inclusive, But they do notice certain things, right? Because they'll say things about other ethnic groups that we've been knowing all this time, right? But it took them going through it for them to realize it. But I think that generation, I'm not saying it all because we got Nobody, we got Shavu, but I'm talking about, I don't know. I'm talking about the ones I came into contact with before Shavu and Nobody. And even they, to me, I find to be too friendly sometimes uh, on Shavu's panels. But I think that generation there may be the generation that kind of is like all inclusive. And though they may see some microaggressions, they are more likely to view the other ethnic groups as, they all being unified. That's how I feel about it. And the
Yeah.
older ones who say we all unified are liars. They know we weren't unified
Hmm.
and that we still face micro. Those are liars just to come up here and act like. And I think there's an agenda going on where they're trying to separate New York FBA from the rest of the nation. Because they'll be like, oh no, you from New York and you talking like that? Like, come on now. Remember Porch Monkey. Remember Jungle Music. Remember, you know what I'm saying? Remember there was just a brother talking about how racist the Latinos are in the stores. Like, can we be for real? So yeah. Yep. Black American House is saying they know it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm 28 myself, probably 29 this year. Only thing I'm saying is we never got down Latinos and all them. Like hell nah.
Well,
So
you
it just
stand on
surprises to me. It's
Chocolate's,
like,
right?
oh, they really like treat the Latinos like they actually family. Like that's crazy to me. Or like Caribbeans. Honestly, I never been around Caribbean people. I think
Right.
we only had like two Africans who probably went to my school for real. No more than four. Like very limited. And they want to get down with us. They would try to cosplay us. But eventually you find out they African and then you find out, oh yeah, they different.
I think that it's okay if you have a friend or two from other ethnic groups, but you got to understand that, like I said before, you got to have cultural respect, cultural boundaries, and also ethnic autonomy. They got to know that just because we're in proximity does not mean same. And then I think we're going through a case of also don't bite the hand that feeds you. I think they
Yeah.
biting the hand that fed them. And we got to understand collectively, they play a strong game of group economics. They really do. And it's exhibited in our government. So you got to have your eyes wide open when you're living in New York. Unfortunately, one side effect or one harm of Pan Africanism is that we were viewing everybody the same because they were melanated like us, or we may have lived on the same block and stuff like that. But I think some of us have a switch mode where we could switch it on and off, like, wait, hold up, they doing too much. So for me, it's just natural to take the side of my people, but everybody's not me, right? And
Right.
even then, I try to educate a little more to some people, only for them to come up and say, but, and that ticks me off. There shouldn't be no but if you get it. But the Black Americans
Mm.
House says, like Yvonne, let me see the last name here. Orji, she cosplay us, but wanna say Nigerians are the best, but she act like us.
Yeah, that's disrespectful as hell. I can't stand that. The Yeah, I could go. I could go for a talk for a long time about the Nigerian disrespect. Um, Brother Basic, what's going on? Peace to the brother. Peace, peace, peace. Shout out to Memphis. Shout out to Tennessee. Tennessee roots.
What's
What's
going
up,
on? What's going
Basic?
on? Yeah, just making my way back. I stopped at a few panels to see what was going on. Have any of y'all ever run into this West Indian lady named Diaspora Theory?
Mm-mm.
No.
It
No,
sounds
sir.
familiar.
I
Okay.
think was she doing the 1619 reading one day? Because I think I took a screenshot, then blocked her and sent it to somebody else so they could go check it out. Because I
More than
Damn,
likely,
damn,
nah. More
BX,
than
you be
likely,
on purpose.
More than likely not.
Okay.
She you if y'all get a chance, y'all should definitely check her out. She's literally the only non FBA that I've come across that's actually like on code and speaks
So
for
then that
like
ain't her. Then the one
yeah,
I'm talking about wasn't on code.
she's definitely on point. She's a fully West Indian and she be getting on her people and Africans ass. I just left a live that she was on. Simon was in there too, so he'll be able to speak to it as well. But
Simon about to get blocked. He about to get blocked because he told me he'd be back here in 20 minutes.
oh no, Simon got he's up there getting caught up because I mean Simon goes into lies that he knows he's gonna get stuck in because it's full of raccooning. So when you go to a Pan African live, you gotta know that if you like it, they gonna trigger you. Like in my opinion, Pan Africans trigger me more than anybody because I don't really care what Africans have to say. To be honest with you, you know what I'm saying. I honestly go to their lives to troll them a little bit. But Pan Africans get on my nerves because majority of them are our people. So they are the ones that annoy me. But yeah, diaspora theory, she's cool. Like I said, she's the only non FBA that I've come across that I would actually consider to be cool on here.
Wow, that's saying a lot, man.
Yeah, that shit a
It
lot.
is.
Ain't
It,
too many
it,
of
Yeah,
those.
it
we
definitely is.
we
That's
ain't
why I
even
was so
asked for
shocked.
that. We ain't even asked for that. So it must be something real. You heard me? If you bringing it to
Yeah.
us,
Yeah,
I think
y'all.
she did make an appearance on Afro Elite's live once.
She probably did. You know, she probably
Yeah.
did. I've been to her live probably maybe two times, I don't know, two, three times or something like that, just to like sit back because I've come across these people who 1 minute they act like they trying to be Black Americans allies and all that, and then the next thing you know, they switch it up. So but yeah, I just wanted to say that because Simon was definitely there, and she got like real emotional on this live that she was just on. Like she was literally cussing these people out while she was crying. It was kind of interesting. So
wow.
But okay.
As long as she kicking their back in, keep kicking their back in. You heard me?
so
Kick
B
their
so
back in.
BX, what do you think should happen with New York? Because I've heard people say that New York is a lost cause. I know a few people from New York. Like I told you, like I got a homeboy that I met through the Hebrew Walk, and he's from Jamaica, Queens, and he got like the mindset that like his mindset is kind of like inclusive with the melanated immigrants, and his opinion is y'all are the minority. Like actual Black Americans are the minority there amongst the blacks, the black or the melanated people. So to me, I don't know, man. Like New York just seems like a place I wouldn't want to be personally.
I think you should really sit and listen to Sister Brooke and Brother Divine talk. They do address the disparities and, well, they do push for disaggregation, right? And as far as I know, last time I've been told, we outnumber in every state the melanated immigrants. Here's my thing. We ain't never had anything just given to us. These are new ops that have been brought to our eyesight. And we're the greatest comeback kids they are. I'm like physically frustrated. Shit. Um, I think that if I could get everybody on, and I don't know if I could, everybody on board, and we give more attention to our New York panels, it might be all right as far as calling awareness, right? But it's so much that we can do. So this is what I'm gonna tell everybody. One day Shadow Band came in, and I know I'm all over the place because my mind is thinking as because you just asked me the question, and I'm having my own mixed emotions here. One day, Shadow Band came to me, and he don't really be messing around. He answered the question, and he dropped, or he might drop before he answered the question because we just taking too long. And he was like, I love New York. What we going to do about New York? He a whole Connecticut dude, and he's not willing to he's willing to help. So I'm just asking everybody, are y'all willing to help us? Because this is where where unity counts. This is where unity with people outside the state is going to count. This is where unity with those who migrated from out the state but lived here at one point in time may still have roots here to the ones who were enslaved here. It's going to count. Like, I don't need you visiting New York and then getting on panels talking about how dirty and stuff it was if you're not calling me there so that we could talk about the lack of funding, the lack of resources because we're the least gentrified, that I can give you a different perspective to call awareness, because we never know who's tapped into somebody who might be able to choke AOC up and Yvette Clarke. Like, we just don't know. And so I think that it's going to be a collective effort from not only New York FBA, but outside FBA. And we could see that with Sister Brooke in her emails. When she say, no matter where you are in the nation, you can fill out these emails. You could do it once a day, twice a day, or how many times a week. The thing is that we have to make our government care about us. Now, if you really do watch my post, I put up one of Sister Sandra Bland. May she continue to rest in power with the ancestors, right? And it has a saying, show me where in history did all lives matter in America, something like that, right? And I said, there's never been a history in America. No, I said, when America shows us we don't matter, we show America why we matter. And so that's what we got to do with Congress. That's what we got to do with New York government, because New York, each state has their own legislative body. We have to show people why we matter, and they're getting it now with the height of deportations, and they're fighting, and they're getting little wins. It's a little frustrating that they got the temporary stay, but I also realize how they're locking us out and how they're funding certain places in New York and getting an advantage. And I got to tell you, they're beating us by group economics along with some other things. Why wouldn't New York FBA start with group economics? Even those outside the state can help us with group economics. And so it's not going to work if we don't have a collective effort. Otherwise, it's just going to be Sister Brooke and Brother Divine over there, me over here, and we all frustrated. New York is worth saving because we do have ancestors buried here. Our bodies were the first commodities on Wall Street. That Statue of Liberty has changed at her feet because they were given, she was given to us, not for the immigrants. I was just telling everybody, don't recall if you were in the room, how the ancestors sometimes shake things up, and there were two white people on the scaffold. One fell off, and underneath where he fell was our ancestors. And so I think that the ancestors wanted to be found that day. Their resting place. I'm pretty sure now they preserved the burial ground. But we have a rich, deep history here. A lot of it is hidden. Oh, I finally found out what the genres were before the South started migrating here, and that was ballroom and cakewalk. So,
Sister BX, I want to ask you a question.
To save,
I,
basic.
I want to ask you a question about this Mom Donnie dude. Like, what
Yeah.
is that looking like? Because what that's looking like with this Mom Donnie cat that just got elected out there?
I
What's
feel like he could be another potential Brandon Johnson, if I'm
oh
being honest.
okay? Because I was
And I
looking at
say,
that, I was like, oh Lord,
Mhm.
I'm like, oh man, I don't even. I seen all these people so called, and you already know who it was that was celebrating. You already know who it was
Yeah.
that was celebrating that so called win. I was like,
But
oh man.
every time I think we got it where they're going to understand that they really should stop playing with us, somebody come through for them too. I think, our ancestors is up there playing chess and shit. So after he met with Trump, after he gave that speech, always powered by immigrants, he came back with a softer tone. And then I saw a melanated immigrant crying that he was going back on his promises already. I was like, you really thought he was going to do all this free shit? But what he did do that's alarming, that makes me think he will be the next Brandon Johnson if we allow it, right? As he said, even illegal illegal alien children deserve to have daycare. And so whatever program. My children are grown, so I don't know the exact program. But whatever is attached to daycare, even the illegal aliens will be given that. When we know Trump
We
is
better
trying to
call
cut off a
ICE
lot of
on that
things for them.
bitch. We're gonna call ICE on that bitch. We're gonna get
Hmm.
all y'all kids taken. Go ahead.
Hmm.
He said, "Damn."
Right. Well, he got family here in New York. He from North Carolina, so
I
you
got
know
family
that's
in
one
New
of
York.
I
I got
might
family
take
from
him.
Brooklyn.
Hmm.
Hey, you got damn
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we gonna make them calls. Bring how
Hmm.
about all right. Tell us where all the immigrants at. Give us a daycare. All right, we gonna tell them we're gonna call ICE on that bitch. That's exactly what we're gonna do.
And so let me say this, because I kind of want to go back to basics question. So New York has the most immigrants. Many of them are tethers. And then right after us is Florida. So if we're asking New York, are you worth saving? Then we're gonna ask Florida the same thing. We're gonna ask every other place, right? Black Vanguard. I hear, California. But look at Big Stepper, look at Black Vanguard and stuff, and I would never do that to them because if you see people in these places that's being overrun by immigrants still fighting, then yeah, our cities, our states are worth fighting for. That's my final answer.
Okay. Was somebody else about to speak, or should I?
No, sir, I wasn't.
All right. So I think my thing is about everywhere. It's from New York down to the deep south. I think something that I'm noticing with our people that I don't like is I think we're not trying to like really form our own physical enclaves and be around each other as much as we should. And I think that's how these other people are moving, and that's how they are getting their wins. Like when I see these Hispanics who they weren't here in Memphis, when I was young. I wasn't around no Mexicans, but there's a lot of them here now. And when they came in, it's like they came in so it was like in an organized way. It was like so many of them, and they moved together in every way. They lived together, they carpooled together, they worked together. Everywhere they worked, it was all of them. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's time for Black Americans to get back like that because we used to be like that. So I think a lot of us try to do work, but we're so we still be isolated. You know what I'm saying? That's what I noticed personally. Um, Even here, you know what I'm saying? In Memphis, we trying to work against gentrification in Orange Mound. If anybody knows anything about Orange Mound, it's the first Black American community that was built by our people for our people. And we're trying to fight against gentrification when it comes to that because you have the Elon Musk and all these other people coming into Memphis now, um, trying to buy everything. They buying buildings. They're buying houses. They're doing all types of stuff down here. Um, Orange Mound is still standing. Majority of our people still there. Still, majority Black American, overwhelmingly Black American. But they're definitely trying. You know what I mean? And like I was telling, I think I told BX this. I seen my first small hat here ever. You know what I'm saying? Over the last few months, I've seen a few of them. I've been seeing more Africans than I've ever seen because growing up, I never saw no Africans. Um, it's some Jamaicans here. I just saw this African. What was it? I don't know if it was a restaurant. It was something. And they was out there celebrating some African something about their culture. I don't know what it was. So they're showing their presence here. And I've been posting more on Facebook about this because I need our people to be aware of what's happening because a lot of our people don't see it as a threat still. Like they don't know because a lot of our people just living their lives and they not really paying attention. And that's that's the biggest issue is a lot of our people are really not paying attention and they don't see these people as a threat like they should.
And that's exactly right. They don't. But when times like Juneteenth came up, and this is why I say Georgia be cat, right? Atlanta, wherever they were from, And author in the what is it? Is it Freeman's Nation? And he was doing illegal leaflets to people who were appropriating Juneteenth. Georgia was like, "Oh, we're starting to have a tether problem." I'm like, "You already had one, right? Because some of y'all got children with Dominicans, some of y'all got children with Jamaicans and Trinidadians. There's whole Jamaicans 30 years old that I met on this app talking about they were born in Georgia. So how Georgia ain't know they were down there, right? But it made a lot of sense when I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm coming down there," and they'd be like, "BS, we tired of New Yorkers. No, y'all can't come down here." They got a real disdain for New York because of the people that migrated there, because the reverse migration been going on between New York and Georgia, which I don't completely understand if our migration path was primarily the South. But it's going to take a collective effort, and we can't wait for the ones who aren't willing to practice group economics. Right now, we got to be like, well, I don't want to say Harriet with the GUN, because I was going to say that. Right now, we have to be the first ones off of this plantation. We're the first ones off of the Democratic plantations. Well, loudly off of that plantation to say the Democrats ain't working for us. But now we got to be louder when we start doing just lineage-based things. But we got to start doing that all over the place. And I'm really upset that they are migrating to the South. So we got to do a little more working together. I don't want to tell people a Discord is mandatory. We could knock out meetings on 40-minute Zoom calls, get into work groups. What are we doing? What's the project? Are we in a position to travel? And the only way I'm not going to no meet and greet where we're just going to drink and try to get to know each other. I'm talking about events. Book events, where's the filmmakers at, plays, people who do art. Like, we got to start making our mark, because I don't want to see another catastrophe like that lady, the angry woman they put in 42nd Street, and they didn't even commission none of our artists. They commissioned a whole biracial Caribbean who lived in the UK, and they put that monstrosity down there. And Dred liked it too. But you know what? I got to tell you, it didn't resonate with FBA. You know who it resonated with? The Caribbean. You know who I thought it looked like? An African. So at any rate, whoever he was modeling to be like, it missed the mark for Foundation of Black Americans, and that's actually a very good thing to have on a resume that could have went to a Foundation of Black American. For me, it wasn't weight and stuff because my weight fluctuates. It was about the style. New York women like style. New York FBA set the standard for style. They copy our style.
Yeah.
So,
Y'all like that fly jiggy type
you
stuff. You
know,
heard me? Like for real.
yeah.
Y'all know it.
So I think Dred did like it, and I fell the fuck out. That's my Nola talking. Yep, Dred, you did like it, and we was looking at you like, okay, Dred. But so I think that for the most part, Basic is right. He is definitely right about us. Many of us feeling that they're not a threat and stuff. Or that I think that a lot of us are scared or nervous to be seen as quote unquote racist. Like, if we say no, this just for us, then we're being racist. You like the statue in Times Square of the angry African woman they had up there, but everybody thought you was trying to tell me she was black.
Not an angry, angry African woman. No, I just didn't think it was. All right, I don't even want to get into it, but okay, you're right. You're right.
But Basic, I'm not sure if I really hit the nail on the head with that answer, but we could always revisit it. I'm gonna keep up the same prompt and just change my Black History highlight. So if you fellas and my lady, my favorite Creole in the chat, if there's anybody else in the chat, forgive me if I don't see y'all. Want to pick a person from Black American history that you would spotlight, you can even write it in the comments if you're shy on the panels. And so I want to say it's Wednesday. If I don't come back tomorrow before noon, then I'll definitely be back Friday. But I want to say this again: to stop or combat some of the erasure that we're going through in New York is going to take signing Sister Brooke and Brother Divine's emails, listening to them when they talk because they're tapped into legislation. I'm only as good as the information they give me. Although I do my own research, I can give you my findings, but they are sitting with legislators. It's also going to take a lot of group economics, and it's going to take a lot of panels and calling awareness to what is going on. We have to plant the seed, and how they water and nurture it is on them. But our part here is calling awareness, and our part here is being the first ones to show everybody what group economics for foundational Black Americans truly look like. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yep.
it actually do. It truly does.
Okay. So here's a little bit of homework. By my next live, please give me your day and time of availability, or at least have it, and we'll hammer it out so that we could schedule a Zoom call. Just because and little brother say he gonna come and he talk the way he wanna talk, but we're gonna knock the meeting out of the way where we could see what we should do further than just setting the date and time. Because right now that's all I got. I think, and I'm gonna give you this real briefly. Email campaigns work. Newsletters, we got to think media to be combat ethnocide. We got to think volunteering our skill set if we're like into creative arts, because we're being erased in Hollywood, music industry, all that other stuff. So we got to see how we're gonna do it with the skill sets we have. I said group economics. Oh, sitting on the couch if you in New York, but the president was fine. But midterms is coming up, and as you can see, we're stuck with Ma'am Dummy for a while. But these other people, we got to get in there, and I truly believe that. I found a Philly turns red or flips red guy. Yep, y'all could go ahead, type that in the search engine on TikTok and look and listen to his words. And I think that's what New York is going to need if we're going to get some straightening to these immigrants, along with a lot of the things that I mentioned. But until we could flip New York back red, we have to do our part. And that goes if Cali needs us, if Florida needs us, if anybody, even if you said Orange Bayou or Mound Bayou, if they need us. But I'm telling you right now, you see one business in there, guaranteed some more is coming behind them. Don't be too nice to them people.
I ain't nice at
I
all.
don't mean,
I'm not nice at
yeah, I don't
all.
mean go.
I'm not a mean
I,
person. But I'm not nice. So they wouldn't, it ain't like
mm,
they're not gonna want to hold a conversation with me. But I also say this: our people have to realize that this is we're at ground zero when it comes to this fight that that we are having right now. What that means is a lot of our people are not going to understand where we're coming from. They're not going to like where we're coming from. And there's going to be times where you feel like that you don't have no support, or you're by yourself when it comes to these type of conversations. I've been there multiple times, different times of my life, because I've always been on this timing when it comes to my people. So it's not anything new to me, but it can be overwhelming to others. So, don't let yourself get overwhelmed if, you hear a lot of your people coming against you because they just don't understand or whatever. So I want to put that out there, especially on Facebook. I think on Facebook it's a little different. I feel like it's way more people of our people that's not on code that I come across on Facebook than anywhere else.
I believe you, because I go over there from time to time too. And I don't even go over there to socialize, but just to check on the book groups that I'm in. And I just be looking at them like I should shut all my damn clubs down for the simple fact that at this point in time, the profile pictures, the names, all this other stuff, a lot of people are already in there that I probably shouldn't have let in if I wasn't operating on flat blackness, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just horrible. But they're already in there. I ain't trying to stop nobody's bag, but I ain't got to support their bag either. Damn it. Oh, we're not paying people who disrespect us. Y'all better start boycotting them melanated immigrants' businesses. I'm still boycotting them.
That's why I didn't know
So
the
I
Red
think that
Rooster.
what is Red Rooster? That's Caribbean, ain't it?
It's the it's I forgot. I think he's from Africa, but he does the Caribbean. I think he's from like Ethiopia.
Oh, I ain't
That's
gonna know.
that was the that
I
was the
can't
rest.
believe somebody gave me that damn flyer. But something about it didn't seem
Right.
right, and so I didn't even order from it.
I
But
didn't.
okay, I thought he was. Yeah, I'm not eating from no African. I'm sorry, y'all. And my phone is at 11%. You have some final words. The Black American. Hey, hated and melanated.
I think um when you were bringing up the whole thing about New York um having a lot of getting a lot of hate from people from the South, I understand where you're coming from, but I think it's also they're not realizing that they might be speaking to tethers versus actual Black Americans that are from New York. Because there's a lot, I will say, down south it's not as much in comparison to like Florida, because that's probably the only exception in the South where it's been a long withstanding history of tethers in Florida, or like you'll skip over there and get to like the DMV area and everything north of there, and then certain parts of like the Midwest, like Detroit or um, Chicago, and then like I'm trying to think, even all the way out into California, and it's very different, and it's a lot of Pan Africanism that's in down south as well. And a lot of our people, and 'cause I even think about like my own aunt, she's very Pan African and talks about how she's gone to Africa and whatnot, and it is strange. And I heard you up there, basic about that, and um, it's. I think it's going to take some time for our people to really wake up to see how these other groups of people really look at us. Um, it's going to. I think time will reveal a lot of the true grievances these people have against us, trying to fight for things that were already set in stone way before they even came on their boat or their little or on the plane or however they got here, legally or illegally. Um, and some of the sentiments that we're, I guess I should say more so myself, in like recent years been hearing from some of these people, it's just I think we need to start bringing more awareness. Because I've gotten into arguments even with my aunt about some of the stuff that I've been seeing online as well. Because she just thinks Africa is the only place that we should be going to, and it's just like I don't know about that. 'Cause I'd rather go back to Portugal before I go back to, because at least they're
Well,
a developed nation.
you said Portugal.
Yeah,
Well, I know I've seen a group of Africans, like a mob of Africans. I'm not sure if they were going to Portugal or Italy. They were going somewhere, but the Africans, they just don't want to stay on that continent. You know,
they
they
don't.
EBA.
They
But
don't.
Exactly.
Right,
Exactly. I've been
EPA.
seeing that. They if
Yeah.
they get deported from United States, they are going somewhere else. They going to a different white country. They do
Hmm.
not want to be in Africa. I've seen them go to Europe. They be in Canada. I'm supposed to be everywhere.
Man,
they
be
sure
Exactly.
do.
BX, the way you be, listen, the way you be so eloquently beating these people up is ridiculous. Hey, listen, I appreciate you. You hear me? Real
Thank you.
talk. I appreciate all y'all. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna try to do my part as best as I know how. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, yes, like I've always had this. I'm not gonna say I always had this mindset, but since I've been on TikTok, and I actually got on TikTok around the same time,
Hi,
Tariq
FBA Queen.
Tariq came over here. You heard me? Tariq came.
Yeah.
I actually kind of got on as well. That's actually what kind of brought me to TikTok. So, and I was like, what? Okay. So I'm not crazy then. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping. I'm not, this, I'm not crazy then. So this is what it is. And just to know, man, like, man, it's a lot of boots being put on a lot of necks around here. A lot of boots. And hey, I got a boot too. Just want y'all to know I got a boot as well. You hear me? So
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Are you from New Orleans?
Yes, ma'am. Born and
I
raised.
hear it. I hear it. I hear it.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
love it.
Born and raised.
Okay. I love the accent. Thank you, FBA Queen. So I am shutting down now. I've been up for maybe 2 hours, maybe. But I'll be back by Friday, and I want everybody to have their Black American history figure that y'all would want to spotlight. Doesn't have to be extensive. At least say their name and a little brief history of them. Also, what does group economics look like if we are going to help the most diverse cities that are affected at this time? And what warning signs should we, or those of us in places like the South, I would say the Midwest too, because the West Coast got a lot of well, if you're in the city and you notice the demographic is changing and there's a lot of non-FBA around, more than the normal small amount that you used to have, y'all could access with strategies too. One of mine is saying when you see one of their businesses go up, be wary. Also, try not to be too welcoming now. I know they say y'all got Southern hospitality, but
Oh,
get your stuff and go. Like, don't be, "Oh, yeah, y'all big friend and stuff." And next thing you know, everybody food that they got this alliance and they outnumber everybody and just vote no for everything. I can say it a little more eloquently like that, but I'm tired and my phone is at 8%. Well, so was that you, Slim, that wanted to say something?
no, I just want to let the whole panel know, man, I appreciate y'all. Keep putting in that work. You hear me? I'm gonna do a better job at putting in whatever work I could put in the left hand further. You know what I'm saying? Just
Thank you.
empowerment. You feel me? I appreciate all y'all, every last one of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Just wanted to let y'all know that. Yeah.
Appreciate you too. Real fast, FBA prime time. Did you want to say something or did you not want to say anything? He works nights too, so he may have stepped away from the phone or fell asleep. But in this case, he'll forgive me if I just hang up before he speaks. Anybody else, real quick? Peace, right? Anything? Nothing? Okay.
That's
I'm
it.
going to say thank. Go ahead, Dre.
I was gonna say thank you for having this space, though. It's really cool to chit chat with the family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. I like it too. Go ahead, Black American House.
I was just reiterating what that was Dreadhead Kingpin was saying, because we need more spaces like this, because this is definitely better for our central nervous system than trying to be arguing with Tethers and Ellis Islanders and YT Americans about nonsense when all they need to be doing is worry about cutting the damn check at this
Facts. I agree with that. So, with that said, thank y'all for coming out. I thank you for all the likes, all the gifts, all the encouragement. My page is private, so you won't be able to share. I thank you for also ensuring that this remains a safe space. And I love the fact that the engagement and the way that we're willing to take the steps to to come together to strategize so that we could be the first ones. Well, not the first ones. I can't even say that. We'll also be joining those already practicing group economics based off of just the lineage. So we have some work ahead of us. It's going to get tiring, but guess what? Guess what I'm looking for? Ethnic autonomy, and we're going to get it. Cultural respect, boundaries, and guess what? They're going to cut the motherfucking check. So, with that said, peace, love, light, and reparations to my foundational Black Americans and anybody of the lineage who could identify as such. I love us for real. Be one. Peace, and I'll see y'all back by or before Friday.
B1 salute, family.
point. Be one. Take care.
Yep, be one. I ain't hear you, Dre. Be one. Be one, everybody.